Hello.
Salud.
Salud.
How does the rest of that? It's that song.
Salam alaikum. Peace be with you. All right, let's do this.
I am tired.
I still haven't got my CD key, dude. I'm pissed about this. If they don't send me my CD key,
Surely they have it on the website. Have you gone back to the website?
no, they said they're gonna send it in an email
Okay.
on the website.
Surely it'll be
you
in your
got
emails.
scammed
And look in
from
your
a
junk
scam
email
site.
and stuff too. Like, make sure you're checking all your
Spam.
What was it?
all your
GTA?
emails. No, it's
CD
CD
keys.
keys.
Oh.
No, nothing. Just
Yeah, it'll come.
Sounds like a CD site.
I'm calling the cops.
I'll leave.
All right, let's get into the podcast itself.
We're doing a podcast?
We're done with the pre-podcast segment. All right, we're gonna start the
Hop on over
episode.
to the Patreon. No.
Do it now. In 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD. Where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast and Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast and YouTube. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else, be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bays and David Mayor.
Yeah.
Wee wee.
Devin,
What's
the
up,
birthday
guys?
boy mayor.
Oh,
over
yeah.
here.
Not doing so hot today, fellas.
Yeah.
I had to take a day from work. This morning I was sick as fuck. But I didn't drink yesterday. I was just like, the weekend hit me. I had some gas station pizza, so that was probably
That'll kill you.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Literally
I was in
take your life.
But at the same time,
It'll
gotta
give
have
you
some
life.
gas station pizza sometimes. You
Dude,
know?
I mean,
Was it the Hunts brothers?
yeah, it was. But like, normally like I can eat some seedy, sketchy gas station food.
Yeah,
But like,
naturally.
I mean, I've had gas station fried shrimp, which was really fucking pushing it.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Yeah, and so I figured, gas station pizza wouldn't hurt me. No, it did. I was in a bad way this morning, but I'm doing better today.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you survived the gas station.
But Renfest was a hit. The medieval Mandos made it out, and it got a lot of compliments on the helmets that I printed for us, and
Hell
really
yeah.
cool helmets, by the way.
it was a lot of fun. Yeah, they're basically my models for my work now. I've decided. So anytime I'll print something and be like, "This is kind of yours, but it's still mine." No,
Right.
I like that.
But no, it was a good time. Had a good birthday. Thanks for all the birthday wishes and whatnot.
How old are you now? 45.
47. No.
47, dude.
No, 31. I am 31 now.
How you, dude?
I feel like I felt old at 30, but now that I'm into 30s,
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, it's different. It's a different animal.
It's all downhill from here. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, y'all are both 31, right?
I'm
I'm
30.
30.
Oh no, okay, yeah.
I'll be
Brent's-
31 in
yeah,
July.
That's right.
Wait, you're about to be 32? No.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I thought me and you were like the exact same age,
No,
basically.
I knew y'all had. I was pretty sure y'all had an age difference.
Yeah, I think I'm like a little, just slightly older.
Just like
Jamel, you've
my
known
whole
this-
life. I've known Brent my
I was about to
whole
say,
life,
you've
but I've
known
always
this man.
yeah, but I just always assumed we were the exact same age, like because we've been to school like with each
yeah,
other.
we're in the same. I think I was like barely,
You
like,
must have been.
You were like almost too young, and I was almost too old for the class. You know what I mean?
yeah, because
When's
I
your
was always
birthday?
like 14 while everybody else was 15 or 16.
You were the baby of the class.
I was
one of the
yeah.
older ones. November, like being a November birthday had me being one of the older ones, I think.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how
How the
science
fuck
works.
does that work with you, Jamal? I'm so confused
I was born
now.
in July. I don't know of '92. You were born.
Oh,
in
so
February.
right before the school year started.
February
yeah,
92,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
So it doesn't make sense to me. We should be the same age.
Wait, am I 31? Maybe. I'm
yeah,
not.
you're 31, dude.
No, he said
Yeah,
gonna
I-
be 32 though in February.
No, he's gonna be 31 in February.
Wait, what? Hold up.
Brent doesn't see.
Do
You
I not
guys are
even
getting
know
on
how
to me.
old I am?
y'all,
Like,
I'm confident. Just pull
Look,
out your
Honestly,
ID.
I'm gonna be kind of psyched if I'm.
Wait, am I about to be 31?
Hold up, let me do some maths.
Am I about to be 32?
Hold
just
on.
gonna need-
So it's 2023, right?
I'm gonna need y'all
Yeah,
to
yeah.
know your fucking
Minus
ages.
1992.
Yeah, minus.
Look at your fucking
minus
ID.
1992. Here we go. 31. Yeah, I'm 31.
You're gonna be 31. Because 2020. Oh wait,
No.
2023. Dude, I'm 31.
There's no fucking way y'all are this unsure about your
man,
ages.
I
At
really
a certain
don't.
point, I just try to tune it out.
Yeah,
you know?
me too.
Like,
Yeah, like I honestly forgot I was
don't even
31.
want to know. You know.
For some reason,
mean,
I
me
thought I
neither,
was
but
turning
like,
30.
fuck, guys.
So me and Brett are the same age. We're just both old. So
yeah, and see, I thought y'all were both already 31. Okay.
yeah, we are. Okay.
So I'm slightly younger, but I was still in the same. Y'all graduated in 11 or 10?
10.
I was still the youngest
Do y'all remember?
in our class, though, for some reason.
Jamel graduated before everybody with like fucking doing his schoolwork in like packets or something.
Yeah, I went
Like,
to
you graduated like a full year before everybody else. Like
It was only like 6 months or something
it
like
felt
that.
like a long time. I was so
Yeah.
jelly. I was like, oh, he's done with school
Wait,
already, dude.
So when did y'all graduate though? 2010.
2010.
2010. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was 11.
See, I would have dropped out if I didn't go over there and do that. I honestly was like done. But
Anyways, now that we got that handled and y'all know
Yeah.
what fucking age y'all are.
yeah, I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we did the podcast. So
I kind of
could
got
learn.
excited there. For I was like, I'm 30. I was like, hell yeah, a whole extra year of life. It was like, it's like the clock rolling back, except for just like
a whole extra year of life, like a guaranteed extra year.
I mean, hey, if you thought you were 31, you find out you're 30. I mean, that's like a whole year that
that
you
is
just like, you
that
know,
unplanned for. Yeah,
yeah,
Jesus.
an accidental
unaccounted
extra
for.
year.
It's like hell yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so what y'all been up to, dude? Besides birthday
Yeah,
and
Renfest. I watched Invincible. The Invincible
I watched that too.
first
Hey.
episode drop. Looks like
Did
it'll
you
be.
watch
I
it?
didn't watch it yet. No, I need to. I honestly forgot what happened in the first season, other than like
Apparently-
the dramatic shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Apparently,
I
I
don't
I forgot a lot too.
Me too.
I should have done a full recap before I watched that episode because I was like, what?
They do a recap at the beginning, but it's not enough.
Super brief.
They don't tell you like I forgot who the Marauder is. Like I'm like, what did he do again? Like the blue guy,
No, the Marauder.
twins?
No, the Marauder was like he was pretty frequent all throughout the season. I
I
remember.
just don't
him.
remember.
I just don't
shit.
remember what he was
I don't
doing.
remember
I don't-
anything about that show. Like really.
I didn't remember if he was a good guy or a bad
No,
guy.
he was a bad guy, and he was like a bad guy in the beginning, and then but like he was involved with like 3 different things throughout the season.
I remember Omni-Man
But then he
killing
cloned
everybody.
himself.
and
That's all I remember.
And I remember a character named Adam Eve, and that's
Yeah.
it. I don't remember shit else about the show other than that I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the same, but not enough to go and watch it all over again.
No,
I
I'd
can't do
probably
that.
do a YouTube recap or something, you know?
I do. Well, fuck, you haven't watched it. All right, we won't talk about.
I mean,
it.
it's there's really nothing to spoil. It
Oh,
just
yeah,
felt like a
just
Rick
like-
and Morty episode.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say I
Like-
feel like the main villain's gonna be a little OP. Like, you could easily just like end the whole season. He could easily just end the whole season by like blipping Invincible into another dimension and then just not going back for him.
There's like it's like literally it doesn't give you much in this first episode. Like honestly, you're probably better off waiting for a second episode just so like you feel like you get more out of
Yeah.
it.
Satiated.
Yeah, because like I watched it and I'm like, all right, what's gonna happen? And it's like,
It just sets up the main villain.
yeah, it just sets him up and then
I hate
kinda-
waiting, especially with animes that are like 20 minutes an episode. That pisses
Yeah.
me the fuck off.
this yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's
Yeah.
it just feels like The Walking Dead to me. Like I don't know, like something about it. It just has that very Walking Dead feel. Like like the episodes, the
Is
characters.
that a bad thing?
No, not a bad thing. It's just like a very specific feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like compared to other shows. Like I feel like it tastes, smells, looks like The Walking Dead, but it's not The Walking Dead. You know?
Okay, all right, I'm
Yeah.
with it. I really enjoyed The Walking Dead. I just stopped watching it at some point. I don't know
there's
why.
too many episodes.
I really think I stopped watching it because I just like they stopped putting it out fast enough. You know, like at one point like I caught up and like the show just didn't come out for a couple months and then I just never started watching it again. You know.
I watched the first season of The Walking Dead twice because I watched it when it first came out and then waited forever for the second season. And then by the time it came out, I was like, fuck, I got to watch the first season again. So I watched it again. And then after I got towards the end of it, I was like already bored because I was watching it for the second time. And I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Never watched any more of it.
When I was really into The Walking Dead, I watched the first season like 4 times, but that's because it's only like 6 episodes, and I was trying to get like a bunch of people into it. Like
you had to keep watching it with people.
I'd be like, "Hey, watch this show; it's great," you know. And then I'd sit down and watch the first episode with them, and then they would binge watch like the whole season. So I'd just sit there with them, you know what I mean? But like,
yeah. I was also kind of getting tired of zombies by that point because everything was zombies at that time.
I feel like that kickstarted the zombie craze.
No, dude, it was huge way before The Walking Dead.
Well, before it was like really
28 days later, there was 28 weeks later, and then they did the Land of the Dead,
really
Dawn of the Dead
time period that, like, you know what I mean?
Like, Shaun of the Dead. Well, hold on, because
I'm thinking a lot of that stuff came after The Walking Dead, though, right?
Walking Dead came out like 2009,
Really?
2010, almost.
All the stuff that he just named was before Walking Dead.
Well, I guess you're right then.
Yeah.
By the time Walking Dead came around, I was on the end of my zombie kick because I was big on zombies for a long time as a little kid. Like,
even games, like every
Video
game
games.
was zombies, and then fucking.
There were a lot of zombie games out there.
There were a fuck ton of zombie
There's
games.
still a lot of zombie games.
The gamers probably got over their zombie kick a lot faster than like the show watchers.
Well,
I think
zombies work well in a video game format, you know, to be fair.
Better than in movies, I think, honestly. Let's see, when did The Walking Dead show come out?
When did it air?
Dead.
It feels old when you go back and watch the first episode. You know what I mean?
What is it?
It came out. Here we go. Walking Dead season 1. It aired in 2010. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
At the end of 2010, so like October.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember by that time I was like, I can't do this. Like,
I never watched it because I was just like,
I'm done with zombies. But everybody's like, it's not about the zombies. It's about the drama.
Like, why the fuck are you watching a zombie show? Like,
it's about the.
Well, it's definitely kind of about the zombies, you know.
Yeah.
It's about the spaces in between. You know what I'm saying? It's about the journey. You know,
but anyways,
I'm sure it's great. I just at the time I was tired of it. I bet you if I went back now and watched it, I'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I've been out of zombies for a long time.
Yep. I can agree to that because I watched the first couple episodes and I was expecting like over the top action, but I was also young.
One underrated zombie film. Don't know if it holds up anymore, but Dance of the Dead. I rented this movie off of the Redbox back in like 2009 or 2008 or something.
Are they dancing?
No, it's like a high school dance, and there's like a band that's gonna play at the dance, but then zombies take over as usual. But it was like it was satirical.
I don't know what kind of dances you go to, sir, but zombies are not usual from that.
No. I mean like the typical zombie trope,
outbreak.
Like the outbreak thing happens, but it's like. It's actually good. Like, it was actually a good movie. Like, I thought it was going to be a shitty B tier. And it was B tier, but it was, like, good. Like, the characters.
Zombie movies are really hit or miss for me. I feel like there's a lot of good zombie movies out there. Like that Train to Busan movie.
Oh, I
really
love that
good.
movie.
You know, the 28 Days Later movies are really good.
I think the ones that try to do something different or, like, you know, that's why.
Change it up.
That's why I couldn't watch fucking The Last of Us TV show. Like, I don't know. It just felt like another zombie movie. And I was like, I'm good. Like, I watched the first 2 episodes of that. And, like, I get it's not zombies. They're clickers. Whatever. But it's just zombies. You know? I don't know.
Well, okay. I mean, if we're really, like, if you want to go down the whole, like, you know, Walking Dead isn't about the zombies. It's about the people. Like, Last of Us really isn't about the zombies. It's about the
it's
people,
a lot more about
you know
the
what
people.
I mean? Like,
And that's what I'm saying. I think I
leans
could go
into
back and
that,
watch
you know?
Walking Dead now and enjoy it because I did enjoy Last of Us. But
yeah.
But like back when Walking Dead started, I wasn't looking for a drama series. I was all about action.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was a kid.
Pow,
I was
pow.
a
Well, I
kid.
think Last of Us Season 2 is going to be fucking action-packed. If they follow the story from the game,
Well, yeah.
which they've been doing with Season 1,
Yeah.
like pretty much to the letter, Season 2 is going to be ruthless.
Dude, we're not
and it's
gonna
not going to really be about the fucking zombies at all in Season 2. Like,
I think that's also why I couldn't watch the shows because I have just like literally like a year or 2 ago I beat the first game, so like the story is so like
fresh in your brain.
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, I've already played this. I don't have to see it, but it's like but the second one I didn't play, so that'll be interesting
It'll also
to pick
be
up from
interesting
there.
to see how they do some of the things for the second one, because a big
Yeah.
part of the second one is like this chick who gets super ripped to like go get fucking like revenge. You know, she's like just turns into this fucking like weightlifting, protein eating fucking
They could
bitch
do that
for like years. But like she starts
get Ronda Rousey
like
or something.
in the early part of the show, she starts as like this skinny teenage girl, and then you see her like evolve into this like muscular fucking woman who's just like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's simple enough.
You just have to find either an actor who's really committed to like packing on weight in the form of muscle, which, you know.
Well, they would have to wait for her to grow. So they'll just find somebody who looks similar to the actress that's going to play the main role.
And then CG her to look skinny in the flashback scenes?
No. It'll be two different actresses. It'll be the older actress and then the younger actress of the same character.
But she's not like that much older. You know
like
what I mean?
drag
Like
they're gonna
she's
Game of
like
Thrones
it's
this
like
shit.
it's like 16 to fucking, 20 something. You know what I mean? Like where your facial features look pretty much the same, but like she's just fucking.
I'm sure they'll figure out a way.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm thinking CG would be the best way.
yeah,
to go
they'll
about
just get
it.
some
Find somebody who's
16-year-old
ripped, dude.
girl and then CG the main actress's face onto her face, but in like a younger format. And then whenever she gets older, they don't have to use the CG anymore. She's just a jacked woman.
Yeah.
She's gonna have like a super yoked
I'm
jacked
so-
face on this.
I'm
like,
excited to see who they find for her because it's gonna be hard to find somebody who's that like ripped, but also like a good actress. You know what I mean? Like,
They said that about Arnold, but look at my boy,
dude,
No, I'm just
they,
kidding.
they literally had to dub Arnold's voice into like the first few movies he was in because he
I
couldn't
know,
speak
'cause-
English well enough. Like,
But that was the first couple, like he grew into his Austrian accent.
no, for sure, yeah.
But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who you could get to do that. But not too familiar with like young actresses.
There's got to be
nowadays.
some kind of like women's like bodybuilder who's just fucking ripped. You know what I mean?
They're just gonna go completely like we're not gonna make her muscular. We're just gonna.
No, bro, they have to. It's so important to the
This is
story.
the second time that Brent has brought
I
up his
know.
concern for this role too.
I'm
might
very
add.
serious about
Yeah.
it.
I
Like,
agree.
fucking-
I understand.
because it's like, okay, her like dedication to like getting jacked is like a big part of the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you take away that like drive,
They'll just make
seeing
her,
like
really into getting good at shooting guns or something,
fuck that.
She's gonna be a
Everybody's
sharpshooter.
good at shooting guns in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or like swinging baseball bats or something.
oh, she's good at
Yeah, I
swinging
know.
baseball.
That's why I said it.
why
Was it a golf club?
was a golf
A golf.
club,
Yeah,
yeah.
my bad.
This is why
She'll
I
get
can
really
never
good
put-
at swinging iron, but like I don't know.
They should just start the movie with her hitting a fucking golf ball.
And then they don't do that scene.
That would be so good.
Yeah, they
I
just-
actually hope they do it like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
they
they-
should still do something crazy, but like, just change it up because everybody's gonna be expecting that.
People
you
are
know
gonna
what
be
I mean?
pissed about Pedro dying.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be so
Or-
good.
They just
Spoiler.
kill what's her face instead.
The thing is, though, after fucking, well, okay, look, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't played Last of Us 2. It's your own fucking fault. It's been out for a long ass time, but skip 5 minutes ahead if you don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
Fucking after Joel dies in The Last of Us 2, fucking basically he takes on this like, in
Ghost.
in like Dexter, how fucking like, he's always talking to his dead dad or whatever. Like Ellie's always having these like flashbacks where she like thinks about fucking Joel and like the life lessons he's taught her and shit. So like,
They're gonna give us a Joel fucking Jedi ghost.
well,
throughout the
I think it'll probably be
series.
more like flashbacks. Like he'll still be an integral part of the show, but he
Yeah.
just won't be alive.
Or he'll be walking around and nobody can see him but her.
I'm thinking it'll probably just
Yeah.
be flashbacks. I think they'll probably start each episode with like a flashback of her and Joel doing some kind of sentimental shit, and then it'll cut to present day, and she'll be like ripping somebody's fucking throat out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited to see how they make Ellie as brutal as she was in the show.
I wonder
'cause,
who they're
you
gonna
know?
get for Ellie.
Well, it's
for
gonna be the
Grove.
same
It's
girl.
gonna be the same chick.
Oh, they're keeping her.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I'm
She's
telling.
gonna okay. They've had her dressed up to look younger than she actually is through the
But
whole
she's
show.
always that
you know
actress
what I
is
mean?
always just like short, like really short for her age.
Yeah, but I think if you Ellie wasn't exactly the tallest.
Mark
but
Wahlberg's short. He isn't he like 5'8" or something? They just give him big shoes. Like
Yeah.
they'll just figure something out.
I
Like
think
for
if
the
you
camera.
put some tattoos all over her arms and put her in a more adult-looking
He's
outfit, fucking,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Like
they got the
her
cameras.
thing in the game is that she's small. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of her like conflict issues come from her being overpowered just by how small she is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Including her fights with Abby. You know what I mean? But it's like she's, good with her little knife and her fucking guns and shit. So she's got her own thing going on.
In her
Yeah.
attitude.
Bella Ramsey's 5'1". So.
Oh, okay.
And she's 20. So I
Interesting.
thought
mean,
she was
that's
a
the
little.
age.
I thought she was a little
No, that's
younger.
right. They'll be able to make her look adult.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, though, I'm telling you, what they should do, instead of killing Joel, we kill Ellie. And then Joel,
Holy shit.
in the end,
That would be fucking crazy,
That would
actually.
be-
twist.
like right at the beginning, Abby just straight up kills Ellie. And then Joel is like, going through the whole thing. And at the end, you're like, I kind of get it, though. It's kind of like in the game. I don't know. There's really the same concept, except for the other person dies instead of like,
You'd have to like restructure the whole story, but it would definitely work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
could definitely make it, and it would be interesting. It'd be a fresh new spin on the show.
I
you
doubt they'll fucking do that, though. That would be crazy.
That would be insane of them to do that. Actually, I think the best thing they could do is just follow the fucking.
Honestly, now for money, I think the best thing they could do is kill Ellie because what's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. He's the money bringer. He's
Yeah.
the big
that's
face.
He was hot. Like, he was last month's
He's
flavor,
still hot,
okay,
dude.
No.
He's still
Look,
Pedro.
I'm just saying, by the time Last of Us Season 2 comes out,
in
okay,
like 5 years because of the writer and actor strike.
people are still going to like Pedro Pascal, but he's not going to be like the fucking it guy he is now. They'll move on to the next big thing, There'll be some other fucking Star Wars actor that everybody's obsessed with, you know what I mean? Fucking... But I think the smart thing
nobody
to do
in this show besides him is like a big name.
is,
He's the big name guy.
The other girl was in Game of Thrones too. They were both in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but she was
had a
like-
she had a very
Like,
not-
Look, man, you follow the fucking format of the show.
I'm talking about, like-
the game. You cut half your fucking budget off the production by fucking killing Joel.
Oh, by killing
Fucking,
Joel.
like it's a
I know
smart
budget
move
budget wise,
financially,
but I'm just saying it's like he's like NBA 2K and she's like Control. You know what I'm saying? Like which one's gonna sell like gangbusters? The
I don't
NBA
think it
2K.
matters. I think it's the adaptation of the show. It's not about fucking Pedro.
We'll see.
Like
Yeah.
I think that show would have done well regardless
Yeah,
of who
for
the
sure.
actor was. You know what I mean? Like.
We'll see though when they kill her instead of no. Just kidding.
Dude, if Jamel's right on this, I'm gonna.
Honestly,
I'm gonna
I'll
die.
shit a brick.
I
I'll shit
would
a
laugh.
brick.
That's fucking hilarious.
It'd be interesting though because then the third season of the game and the third season of the show would be totally different fucking things.
Stories.
Unless you ended the second season with Abby killing fucking Joel too.
Just kills all of them.
That would be dope.
Damn.
Honestly, the only thing I hope they change about the game is like at the very end of the game they have like a standoff and then like they beat the shit out of each other and nobody kills the other one. They both go their separate ways. It's like I hope fucking one of them just kills the other one. I hope either Abby kills Ellie or Ellie kills Abby.
No,
but,
no,
like,
no.
Fucking,
What we do is we kill Ellie. At the end, Joel takes in Abby as like his new Ellie. Just to piss off
No,
everyone. Like he's
bro.
like, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. Like, and I know you're hurt.
and then he just grapes of wrath that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, think of the rabbits, Abby. Fucking.
I'm
That's two
tired.
different books.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I was like,
But still,
No, it isn't. What? Hold up.
wait, which one is? I thought
the
that
Think of the Rabbits. That was
was
not To Kill a.
George.
Yeah, it's George.
Oh, it is To Kill a
It
To
is
Kill
To
a
Kill a
Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Yeah, okay.
My bad. Grapes of Wrath. Same author. Different
Think
book.
of the Rabbits.
Yeah, but still though, like at the end, he's just like he comes around, and like they just become homies, and like he
No,
starts
dude.
protecting her.
No, we can't even talk about the hype.
Okay, all right. What did you do, Brent? What did you do this week?
Yeah.
I
Oh
didn't
damn, we
do
haven't even
much.
got to
I've
that.
worked.
Yeah.
I fucking worked a lot. Today I went and got my car inspected, which,
They're just like failed.
Dude, I gotta get my truck inspected, but I can't because I have a check engine light on for the
Oh.
stupidest
I-
piece of equipment.
do
that
what
I've-
I do, bro.
Hey, I have a code thing in my car that we can erase the.
Fuck all that shit. Just
the
put a
light.
sticker over it, dog. Literally, I'm not joking. Like, put a sticker over your check engine light and just take it over there.
I can't. There's
Why
a
not?
plastic film, so you'd just see like a sticker and then like.
I have a
still
plastic film.
I
got
can delete
stickers
it,
all
dude.
over my shit.
No, so it'll reset as soon as I turn it back
I'm
on.
telling you,
Oh,
fuck
okay.
all that
Yeah.
shit. Get some stickers. Get a picture of your loved one or something. Put it over that shit. If you go during the daytime, they won't notice.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I've for the past 5 years, I've had literally every fucking check engine light on in my car that could possibly be on. There's like at least 6 of them on. Okay,
I might give it a shot.
give it a shot. I'm telling you.
I can
If you really want to make the light not visible on the little glass behind the picture
just
or whatever,
drill into the.
no. Seriously, take some black electrical tape and put it behind whatever like picture or whatever you put on. It'll black it out even more.
You know, if they're doing a real inspection though, they hook up the computer to your vehicle and
They're not doing a real inspection.
No, they don't
bro.
do that.
They don't got time for that. Go to Jiffy Lube or somewhere where they're trying to move you in and out in like 10 minutes. You know
True.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's so I have shutters on my radiator for whatever fucking reason, some efficiency bullshit, and the shutters are all out of whack and going crazy, and so it causes the light to go on. So I can't get an inspection until I get that shit fixed. And I got a pricing on it on getting it replaced, and it was like $1,400, and I was like, "You got me fucked up. I'm gonna keep riding this."
Yeah,
I'm
just
telling you,
keep driving
try-
it without
try
the
the sticker
inspection.
thing, bro.
Abbott-
the worst they'll do is tell you that you failed your inspection and they won't charge you. Like
Yeah.
that's literally the worst that could happen.
Well, that's what I did.
Did you try it
yes.
with the sticker though, dog?
Oh no, not with the sticker.
I'm telling you, get you a picture.
So, but Abbott's actually talking about doing away with that.
What?
He's
Inspections?
trying to. Yeah, Abbott's trying to do
That
away
seems
with it.
real safe. Just no inspected
if they're
cars
not-
on the
Yeah,
road.
But if you
Please,
think about
God,
it, if they're
get
doing
rid of it,
bullshit,
dude.
if they're doing bullshit inspections anyways, like I see people's like with vehicles on the road that should absolutely not
Oh,
be
yeah,
on
for
45.
sure.
Like I don't give a shit what the fuck their
Yeah, I've
inspection
seen like
sticker
half
says.
of the car missing, like
Well,
shit,
dude,
like cars. The doors are tied with ropes to keep them from flying open.
I saw a fucking truck that the front axles and the back axles had a difference of at least a foot. And the right side passenger tires were matched up with the fucking back left driver's side tires almost.
Bro, it's called a custom.
Not that bad, but it was like, I don't know how it even happened, but the truck was diagonal and it was driving on 45. And I was like, oh
Damn,
my
dude.
God.
You just hold the steering wheel a little to the right. It's like having like stick drift on
Constantly.
your
That's the trick,
controller.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Parallel parking is super easy in that fucking car.
you just drive forward.
Or
Oh.
Perfect, dude. See, just make the best
But
of it.
good on you, Brent, for getting your inspection done.
Oh,
Even
thanks,
if
yeah.
there's shit wrong with your car.
Okay, so I watched the end of Attack on Titan. Did anybody catch that?
No,
not
I'm
yet.
waiting for it all to be dubbed so I can watch it in one. I didn't watch the first part of the last part, however the fuck it
Wait,
was.
you haven't watched it just because it's not dubbed?
No, because I was waiting for all of
You
it.
gotta watch the action.
I was just gonna wait for it to all
you
come
know what I'm saying?
out.
You can't just be reading subs the whole time.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
for Attack on Titan I do dub. Yeah, I don't like sub on Attack on Titan.
Look, guys, it
You're
doesn't
missing
matter.
like half the art by like.
I don't watch
reading the
Attack
whole
on Titan
time.
for the art. I'm trying to find out why.
It's beautiful.
Honestly,
dude.
even
I
I
heard
still
people were
don't
not.
understand.
I heard people were like not happy with the ending.
I'm
Don't
not-
fucking.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Jamal.
like I'm just gonna tell you, like, there's no answers. Like, you don't get any answers. That's it.
Yeah, I
That's
heard
all.
it wasn't a satisfying.
Like
yeah.
you're like, okay, so why is this happening? And like he's like, I don't even know why this is happening. I'm like, you're the one who wrote it. Like whoever's playing, like you're supposed to tell us. What do you mean? Like I feel like he just got to the end and was like, I don't fucking know how to end
That's
this
how I
shit.
felt by season 3. I was like, season 2, I felt like he had all these things he was setting up, and then season 3, it's just like, all right, what the fuck is
Lost
all this?
control of
We're
it.
just going on a whole different fucking path now.
I think what it was is he had like a really cool idea where he was like, what if like we have all these like giant Titan creatures and like there's people inside of these walls and like, you know, they had the
He
walls
didn't
were built to
flesh
keep
out
them
his
out.
world enough,
Yeah,
fucking-
he just came up with that idea and was like, fuck yeah, that'll be cool. And then like he started it and he's like, oh fuck, I don't even know what I want to do with this or how it's going to end or where it goes. And then by the 3rd season, he's like, what if they were in the walls the whole time? And then, like, the shit just starts going crazy from there. And he's like, oh, you know what? Or the main guy, oh, he's the worst of them all. And it's like, dude, like, just stop. Like, like, and then the time travel, like, oh my gosh, dude, my brain, by the end of it, I thought I had an aneurysm. Like, literally by the end of the full last 4 parts, because he kept jumping between shit, like, and not telling you what was what or where was this or whatever. You're just like, okay. All right, dude. Just retroactively fixing things that he messed up in the last season is what it felt like. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, started out as a great show. I personally didn't like the ending.
Sounds like another show I loved.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yep.
But at least Game of Thrones was great until literally the last season.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Attack on Titan's been bad since the 3rd season. Like, it picked up in the 4th season a little bit. Like, it got kind of exciting again, but it still didn't pick up story-wise. You're still like, what the fuck is happening? But anyways, finished that. I'm catching up on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I'm like episode 10 out of the 15 right now.
In season 2?
Yeah.
Dude, wasn't the first, like, so you already got through the first half of it then, huh?
Yeah.
Like, that's the backstory.
Mm-hmm. I'm still a little confused, though, like, on Ghetto, because, like, I'm like, wait a minute. When did that happen? Like, and I'm not going to spoil it because Brent might eventually watch it. People listening might watch it. But, so, like, how he's not, like, certain characters are not alive. And this whole time I thought they were alive, and like they're like, oh, he died in the movie, and I'm like, what? No.
Oh, I think yeah. Okay, yeah, I am. That's the one thing I am a little confused about. I was thinking about that. Yeah,
they just
because like the person that has his
body.
Yeah,
he's like a possessed body now. I'm like, wait a minute. When did that happen?
I missed that too.
And maybe they'll explain it more later in the show or something.
I think that's what's gonna happen. But the problem is like, you understand why this guy is doing what he's doing, but now that he's been taken over by this character that you've never even seen before, you're already like halfway through the 2nd season. He just appears out of nowhere and takes over this body. Now you're like, well, I don't give a fuck about this person and his motives that took over this body. Like, the whole thing was building up because you knew why he wanted to do these things. And so now,
when the fuck that? I don't
and
know
he's been dead this whole time.
It could be like what was that what's the older anime that's really popular? They did a weird season jump too. It was Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul. Never watched it.
So
yeah,
Tokyo
they lost
Ghoul.
me on that weird season jump on Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes, so
like it was good as fuck for the first season, and then it just got real weird. Like,
well,
maybe it was season 3 or something.
Yeah, it was like seasons 1, 2, and 3 were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Or maybe 1 and 2, and then the jump between 2 seasons, they completely cut out a very pivotal moment in the manga. Like,
it's so
very,
strange.
very
like,
important.
It cuts back and he's like more powerful and wearing a different fucking outfit.
And is a different
shit,
person
and
and
it's
shit.
like,
No,
it's like, what the fuck?
He's like a completely different person, different outfit. Is
like,
working with different the enemies of what the whole show had been about. Like, and it never explains it.
I don't know. I was talking with Brian about this earlier. Like, I think it's a problem with the medium of anime, and like, because mangas, they have to put out a chapter every week, like it like consistently. Like, they have to put out a chapter a week once they become like a shonen or whatever. So they don't know how the story's gonna go, so they're just sitting there week by week, like trying to fucking fill out this plot and like all this stuff, and it's very easy to skip things or miss things and stuff. Like, it's honestly, to me, it's a miracle that like certain shows like Hunter x Hunter or not One Piece, but Death Note and things like that came together as well as they did.
Yeah.
Knowing that they had to put that shit out week by week and not really have time to actually sit there and plot it out.
Yeah.
Well, but cutting out, stuff that's already like the material's already there. Cutting it out and then going to like further material that's further in the manga doesn't make sense though.
That's true.
Death Note felt like it had a plot all the way up until when L died. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, then
I feel like they had it figured out, like, to like, a grand scheme of things, and then they're like, all right, what do we do now?
Well, and their publishers are like, you have to keep going. That's the same thing that happened with Yu Yu Hakusho and all this.
Bleach. So Bleach specifically, the anime actually went further than the manga did at one point in the early seasons. That's why Bleach is like one of the only animes to have a completely non-canon filler season.
Interesting.
Because they're like, you have to keep the show going.
The show got
while he's trying to catch up with the manga. and then like the guy's getting burned out, like trying to make this shit happen. Like in Yu Yu Hakusho, there's a whole season that comes after the season that he wanted to end it. Like he was like, like wrote out the perfect ending and all this stuff, and they're like, no, you have to keep going. He's like, what the fuck, man? Like, just and it keeps going from there. You know, it's like they don't do things like they do here, where it's like, you know, oh, we're just going to, you know, write this out until it's done or whatever. You know, they're like, no, you're going to keep going, you know, like, because we need that money, basically. So that kind of sucks. Like, I wish that wasn't the case, but it seems to be more and more. And I hope that isn't what Jujutsu Kaisen turns out to be. But anyways, did that. I think I did something else. Can't remember really, to be honest with you.
Sure, it'll come to you at some point.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later if I remember it. But let's go ahead and get into currently playing.
Oh yeah, this is a podcast about games.
Video games. We talk about nerdy stuff, not just video games. We talk about everything.
Right. Pop culture cast.
Yeah. It used to be Create for Sanity, you know, so we could talk about anything, but it was GameSpeak podcast, like Create for Sanity, you know what I'm saying? But now it's just games. But anyways.
Well, I guess I can. Oh, you want to kick
no,
it
go
off?
ahead. I've got the shortest.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I've been playing Alan Wake 2, and I finished it like yesterday, and it's fucking incredible.
How long is it?
Oh man, I think I put like maybe close to 30 hours in it.
Oh, okay, that's a decent amount.
That's what I was thinking, and I spent a lot of time exploring and stuff though too. Like, you know, there's like semi-open world like levels, like Last of Us 2 style, where it's like not like a big open world or anything, but there's like
open areas.
Yeah, there's like zones to explore where you can find goodies and like supplies and stuff. So I spent a lot of time just walking around looking for like fun collectibles and shit. You know what I mean?
Thermoses.
But like, it's such a good game. I wrote down a bunch of little plot like points about why I think it's such a good game. So fucking, let me see what I got here. First of all, it's fucking like if you were to take Resident Evil 4 and The Last of Us 2 and then like Doki Doki Literature Club and like mix them all into one fucking thing, that's what you would get. Like, it's weird and cerebral and fucking like meta as fuck, and like the story like folds in on itself, but it's never confusing because it's like got this like storyboard when you're playing as Saga. Like, so like every plot point that you come across in the game, either true or false, goes to this like mind place that she has, and then you go on this like case board and you can like put all the things on this board and like organize like the plot. So like it never gets confusing because you're encouraged to use it frequently throughout the game, you know what I mean? And like it really like has all these threads getting pulled in so many different directions, but it's really easy to keep track of. And like, I don't know, man, it's just a fucking awesome game. And like for the first like 60% of the game, you can like switch back and forth between Alan Wake and Detective Saga, who are like the two playable characters in the game, you know? And then at one point their stories like come together and like the game starts switching for you. But, like, at the beginning, it starts switching for you, too. But, like, halfway through, like, you know, like a quarter of the way into the game, it's just like, all right, you can just switch whenever you want now. And so you can play, like, their stories at your own pace, which is really fun. Because they kind of have different vibes. Like, Alan Wake's gameplay is more, like, combat-focused and, like, creepy. It's like a Silent Hill type, like, thing where you're in this, like, weird, you know, demon world or whatever. Yeah. And then Detective Saga's story has combat in it still, but it's more like a real world detective story. You know what I mean? Like, so
solving puzzles.
Yeah, like with paranormal elements. Whereas his is just like a straight supernatural hell you're fighting your way through. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like,
but detective is then kind of like real world with a couple weird shit happening here and there.
So is it like Resident Evil on one end, and then you got like, what was that Rockstar game?
L.A. Noire.
L.A. Noire.
Yeah, exactly. Except for the L.A. Noire stage has fucking like, you know, fighting and stuff too, but like the places it puts you in as Saga are usually more brightly lit or like, you know, pretty, you know what I mean? Whereas sometimes the sun will go down and monsters will attack you, whereas like Alan Wake's got these like rainy, fucking weird, mysterious vibes. And that's another thing. The graphics are like probably the best graphics I've ever seen in a video game. Like, I'm not even just joking around right now. Like it's fully path traced like Cyberpunk style, where every indirect and direct source of light is like fucking ray traced to the, like, you know what I mean? Like it's the puddles on the ground, the air around you, like. And, like, with a game that's focused so heavily on, like, shadows and light and stuff, like, it's really nice to have such an emphasis on, like, really detailed shadows and stuff in the game. And, like, the actual writing in the game is just next level. Like, very seldom do I play a video game that makes you think like that and, like, makes you feel like you're invested in the story like that. Like, a lot of times in games, you get caught up in this, like, story loop that's just, like, sending you from place to place with no real purpose, or, like, it just feels empty because they're like, go kill this guy and bring me back his head, you know? Fucking, this game doesn't, it's like, every time you go somewhere, you feel like you understand why you're going there, and then you understand, like, what it's going to do to further the story. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but, like, and then, okay, fucking, the actors are all excellent. Fucking, you got the dude who does the face of Max Payne is playing a cop that's exactly like Max Payne, and he's, like, your sidekick through the whole game. So, like, the whole time, you basically have Max Payne following you around just saying Max Payne shit, and he's like, and, like, fucking.
What if Max Payne was actually written by Alan Wake, like, the whole story?
I would believe it.
What if that's the case? That and like
the only problem is the detective in Alan Wake's stories is named Alex Casey, so it'd have to be like a totally different like
what he based it off of him.
Do what?
What if he based it off of him, like off of that character, off of Alex Casey, like and he wrote the story of
maybe, or it could just be a totally different character with him just imagining.
Because Max Payne did have like supernatural things,
elements in it, yeah. Honestly, Max Payne would fit well into the Control extended universe for sure. Like, all of Max Payne could be considered an altered world event or whatever, you know what I mean?
That would be like, so weird, dude. I'm actually really excited to play Control just because I want to play. Now, Alan Wake 2 is probably going to be the first game that I'm like, okay, I have to play this on my Xbox because I want to see it as good as I can get it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that my PC is not going to be able to handle it with the... I need more cores. I don't have enough cores.
I think the Xbox should be able to play it pretty good though. Like,
oh yeah,
I've seen the PS5 and Xbox versions are looking pretty sweet on there.
Yeah.
Fucking the FMV sequences in it are really good too. Like, it's weird because there'll be like cutscenes in the game that are like fully acted. Like you'll have like, you know, characters. A reoccurring character from Control, fucking Ati the janitor or whatever, he's like, he pops up in the game randomly as fuck, like, all the time, and, like, there's, like, an FMV sequence where, like, the actual actor who plays him is, like, doing a bunch of random shit, and it's, like, one of the greatest fucking things that ever happened, like, and also there's, like, a full, like, 20-minute musical halfway through the fucking game that's, like, just one of the greatest things that's ever happened in a video game, like... I can't even describe...
It's High School Musical.
There's so many different emotions the game puts you through. Most of them are fear, but...
Most of them are fear.
Most of them hurt you.
But it also, like, it's a great mystery. It's got hilarious moments in it. It's got good music in it. Like, the sound design is one of the best I've ever heard in a game. That's another thing that, like, I don't think this game's going to get enough credit for, but, like, just the little... creepy noises that everything makes. It's very Dead Space-esque, you know? Like, you hear things and you're not sure if it was a monster or if it was, like, just the world around you, like, fucking warping itself, you know what I mean? Like, it's really interesting. Like, I don't know. But you definitely need to play the first game, and I highly recommend playing Control before you play Alan Wake 2 because, like, they both, like... Or at least watch a video about the story and stuff before you jump into it because, like, it really closes up a lot of, like, loose ends from the original game and from Control. You know what I mean? And, like, there's a lot of story elements that make more sense if you play Control. But, yeah, all in all... Fucking really awesome game. Fucking solid 10 out of 10. We've had a great year for video games. I mean, like, I've never had, like, just this many good games in a row and then more to look forward to right on the horizon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been a really solid year.
I think there's been better years for sure, but this is a really good year. Like, I don't think it's the top.
This is up there with, like, 2007 and shit. I feel like, really, like, we've gotten some of the best games of all time this year and several games that, like, could be Game of the Year if we hadn't gotten those games. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true. Well, do you think that Alan Wake 2 will be on your Game of the Year?
I think it's a great game. I don't think anything's gonna beat Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, that's just a masterpiece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do think Alan Wake 2 is gonna be one of those cult classic games that kind of goes down.
Like the first Alan Wake.
Yeah, I really
And Control.
And Control. I think Remedy's got a knack for making these games that are just masterpieces that don't get
That's
much as
awful
attention
though,
as, you
because
know?
it's like they need that money to go and make Max
The
Payne.
problem is their games are so smart. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, not everybody's gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's like they don't like. It's not dumbed down for the masses. You know what I mean? And I feel like in today's society, that's a fucking problem. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's
As
very
far as if
slow
you
and
just wanna
drawn
make
out,
Sales,
like-
yeah, not even slow and drawn out. It's just like it's a thinking man's game as far as the plot goes. You know, like the gameplay is just shooting the monsters. That's it.
Yeah.
But like to really comprehend what's going on, you really want to think about it and ingest it. It's like watching fucking like Inception or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that. Like, not about the game, but about stuff like getting away from that. The further we go down, like the TikTok world, like view of things, like not because it's like, oh, people are dumber, but because attention spans are getting shorter and shorter.
I think
Like-
as long as the Red Dead Redemptions of the world still come out and perform as well as they do, then there'll always be a space for like, you know,
That's what I hope.
stimulating games.
Now, the thing about Red Dead, though, is like you could easily just pop it in and just start shooting shit. And like, you know, once you get past the very slow, drawn out intro,
Yeah.
then you can just basically Grand Theft Auto that shit, you know?
I think the beauty like of Alan Wake 2 is and like Red Dead 2 is that it strikes a balance between being fun and like letting you do stuff like that and also being like an interesting story. You know what I mean? Like if you have one without the other, they usually don't hold up. You know what I mean?
I'm very excited about the puzzle stuff, the detective stuff. Are the puzzles interesting?
So the puzzles are more like to get you little rewards. Like they'll have like stashes and stuff, like cult stashes all over the place, and each one will have like a small riddle on it that you can like figure out if you just sit there.
Did
and
you
think
have to
about it
Google
enough.
anything?
There was like one that I had to Google, which I was disappointed in
Wow,
myself
Brent.
when I
Wow.
figured it all out. You know what I mean? But most of them, if you sit there and think about it for like 10 minutes, you can figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But they're usually not that hard. You know what I mean? If you find yourself walking more than like 10 feet away from the fucking puzzle, then you've gone too far in search of the answer. You know what I mean? It's one of those like.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, dope.
Yeah. Well, dope.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing.
I've still been playing Warzone and then more Dead Space remake. I haven't finished it yet, but I am a lot further. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm just a little scatterbrained right now. Like I really want to play Control, so like I'm kind of like I'm probably not gonna finish it anytime soon. But it's on Game Pass, so I can always go back and finish it. But I really am like I want to play Control. So
You got to play what your heart's calling out to play. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It'll
Like-
always be there for you.
Yeah, and it's like a 10 out of 10 so far game. I'm in the mood for like sci-fi, like sci-fi with a big like world, you know what I'm saying, like with like lore and shit like that. Like I like the lore of Dead Space, but it's like, you know, it's not like anything groundbreaking. It's pretty much Alien, you know, or Aliens.
It's also hella stressful. Like
It is hella
you know,
stressful.
Like Control has its own like level of stress, but like fucking
Not like Dead Space.
Dead Space is just like oppressive feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you feel like you're kind of like it's basically a Metroidvania game, but like in 3D. So
Yeah.
but you're like in this closed, confined areas, like constantly.
to be honest, Control hits a lot of the same like gameplay scratches. Like you're doing a lot of like going to one place and then backtracking to like certain places once you have specific powers and like. But Control also has like Dark Souls elements where you're like, you know, find the bonfire and unlock it, and that's your fucking level up point or whatever. You know,
That's
what
pretty
I mean?
cool. I
So
didn't know that.
It's got like different things going for it, but like I really like Control. I
Well,
feel
I
I'm
like,
also go ahead.
The destructibility too.
oh
is
yeah, you're
fucking fantastic.
dude, it's so great. You'll be in these like office buildings and like glass is flying everywhere and
Papers
chairs are
and all
flying.
kinds of
It's
shit.
awesome.
Did you
yeah.
beat Control?
No, I played it for a little bit, but honestly, I couldn't play it in 4K. When this is back when I was still on my TV. I couldn't play it in 4K because it was just too much, and so like I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
my
Like,
2060 pretty much caught on fire when I tried to fucking.
yeah,
it
and,
on.
and it was also when I had my 2060 as
Yeah.
well. I just didn't have the power to play it at the quality that I wanted to, and when I
Same here.
downstepped to like 2K on my 4K, it just looked fuzzy.
I wonder if on the 2080 Ti, if I'll be able to play it at a decent.
You should be
You
fine.
should be,
You should be
yeah.
fine.
I
Okay.
had some issues with like textures loading in and stuff in Control. That was one.
That
my
might just
big
be
issue.
pop-in issues.
It was weird because like the textures on the walls wouldn't load in, and then you'd have to like pause the game and then unpause it, and then they would all pop up. It was really weird. Like,
Yeah, when I started like destroying offices and shit, the frames just fucking tanked.
Damn.
Unless I was at 2K, but even then, I couldn't get great frames at a 2K.
Yeah, you should be fine with your
So
computer though. Like when they made Control, 2080 Ti was like the best fucking card you could have. I think.
I don't know why, but I think for some reason a lot of the games that I play are CPU heavy. I don't know if it's a setting I have on my computer or something, but
You
like
got a 4-core CPU, right?
yeah, which is nothing.
Yeah, you probably need to step them
Yeah.
core
Yeah.
counts up, baby.
Like games
Your
coming
bottom-
out now are starting to be like minimum like 6, you know, so it's
The
like
one I've got is like an 8-core, 16-thread fucking thing, but it was only like $100 or something. Like it was.
yeah,
pretty
I mean,
cheap.
a CPU upgrade to where you need to be is not that expensive, relatively.
You just gotta
speaking.
find one that like fits in your motherboard without like having to switch your whole motherboard. Like I would Google your motherboard and then figure out like what's the best one I can stick in.
Or go to PC part picker,
Yeah.
and you can select your motherboard and then throw different CPUs with it.
yeah, so I'm checking to see how many cores. How many cores do you guys need?
What? Did you play anything else?
Just Dead Space and Call of Duty.
I just played a tiny bit more Spider-Man and then Warzone.
Like
So,
the first Spider-Man.
yeah, the first one.
Hell yeah.
So I really didn't have a lot of time to game this week. I was super busy getting ready for this past weekend and whatnot.
Oh, that's real.
Let's see. Okay, so Ultimate Edition recommended requirements. Intel Core i5 7600K. I have an i7, but like I wonder how many cores are in this i5. Let's see. Just sorry, I'm making this
No,
part of the
I'm
show.
kind of interested too, honestly.
I just want to
you
know. Copy. Let's paste it. Let's
Because
see.
if it calls for an older model, then maybe your core count won't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has 4 cores. So okay, so
You're
I should
probably
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I'm
Cool.
excited now. All
Like I
right.
said, it's an older game.
I think
so.
it's really GPU heavy. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah,
my
'cause all the
GPU is quite heavy.
rendering all the objects and stuff.
Yeah, and if you turn that ray tracing on, it's like.
But,
Takes a shit.
anyways, let's get into the video game news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. They're simply bringing them all to one place for you, and just talking about them and stuff like that.
I only found 2 articles of news
Really?
that I found worthy
Interesting.
of bringing to you guys.
Okay. I've got, well, I guess you should probably go first since you've only got 2 in case I just start talking off one that you've got.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my first one is PlayStation has revealed this month's batch of PlayStation Plus Essential free games for November 2023.
What they got?
Starting Tuesday, November 7th, subscribers will be able to claim a trio of games for PS5 and PS4. November's PlayStation Plus lineup includes Aliens Fireteam Elite,
Oh, no.
Mafia 2 Definitive Edition,
Okay.
and Dragon Ball The Breakers.
No. No. Okay, so one of those seems interesting.
Mafia 2 is an okay game.
It's like the remake one, right? It's like the
but they only fully remade the first Mafia game.
Oh,
They
damn.
just up-res the textures on the second and third game. You know what I mean?
That's so cheap.
Yeah.
That's so cheap. Like at
know.
least on the second one, do it because the second one's old as fuck too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I guess it is what it is. Free game
Yeah, I'll take it.
Be
Hey,
what it be.
I'll play a little Mafia. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
I played this first one pretty recently anyway, so it wouldn't be, it wouldn't hurt to pop through the story real quick to see where it's at.
I always felt like even when they came out, the Mafia games were lacking, dude. Like they're kind of cool, like the era and all that stuff, but like
The problem is
not that good.
with Mafia 1 specifically is that like the open world doesn't have any soul to it.
There's nothing.
There's like
It's
nothing
empty.
to do. It's a big empty. It's like it's a real pretty, well-made world with like a lot of cool mechanics, but like there's just not much going on there. You
No.
know, like they should have added a few places you could go vandalize or go do some mafia shit. You know,
Yeah.
like have a racetrack.
Hey,
or
Paulie.
something.
You know, just like break some knees. You
But
know,
like
like
once
I
you're
don't
done
know.
with the story, and the story is just like mission to mission, no thing in between. You know what I mean? Like once you're done with the story, there's really nothing else to fucking do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what game they should have made? The Road to Perdition, dude. That should have been a game.
It basically fucking. Well, I guess not the story of the Road to Perdition, but it might as well be
No.
the Road to Perdition game.
No, dude, the story. That's what because it's Max Payne in the Mafia, basically. Like, except for one of the kids survives, and you're trying to escape from the Mafia with your kid so he can live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever watch The Road to Perdition?
Yeah, I feel like
I've never even
I
heard
feel
of
like
this.
a Road to Perdition
Tom Hanks?
game.
So
It's a great movie. Fucking.
here's the premise. Tom Hanks is in the Mafia. He's
Yeah.
like pretty high up. They bring a guy over. The Mafia like shows up at his house. He tells his son like, stay in the house. You know, like don't follow me. They go out into his shed. They're like, we got to kill this guy right here. They brought him in. He was like a snitch or something, and they kill him in his shed.
His son
Sees it. His son is actually like was out there peeking, so they kill his wife and his other son, like his like little son, and then so him and his son dip out and it's like a whole Max Payne type situation. Tom Hanks like. There's like a scene where Tom Hanks like hops out of his car with like 2 Tommy guns. And, like there's like because like the Mafia are like coming out of some meeting or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'm just gonna have to kill them first, you know. And so
It's got one of the dopest endings to a mob movie
It's
of all
fucked,
time. Dude.
but I love it.
Fucking- It's so good, bro.
I'll have to look it up. Yeah.
It's
good.
actually
Tom
a
Hanks
really
being a
good movie,
badass.
dude.
Isn't Gary Oldman in it
I
too?
think so, yeah.
There's a lot of like that movie got so overlooked
Yeah,
like when
the
it
kid
came
is
out.
a great actor too. Tom Hanks and the kid are both just fucking killer in that movie. Like fucking.
Oh yeah.
It's real. It's a dark movie, but it's really worth a watch. Anyways,
Filmed really well. It's one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
with like awesome camera angles on every fucking scene. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
Like
and
Good
that
cinematography.
super rainy. Like the whole movie's just wet for no reason. Fucking like.
yeah. And I think the thing about Tom Hanks, dude, like even though he's just Tom Hanks, he's one of the best actors ever. Like
Yeah, he really is.
Like I don't get it. He's literally Tom Hanks in every movie, but you still believe like he becomes somebody else. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Even
Nah.
in Toy Story. No?
Yeah, it's like he becomes this like cowboy or something. No. But Silent Hill 2 remake includes a playable origin story for the series' most famous baddie, Pyramid Head, according to a Best Buy listing.
Okay.
Spotted by Bob Vids on Twitter, the pre-order listing for Silent Hill 2 remake on Best Buy Canada promises the return of Pyramid Head, quote-unquote, along with a special origin story for fans to play through.
I've never been more sure that a game is going to flop miserably than
know.
Silent Hill 2 Remake.
It is really sad. Konami hasn't confirmed this previously, but the information presented by Best Buy will likely come from official sources. Though IGN has asked the publishers for comments, they didn't get any. But developer Bloober Team, who are remaking the beloved horror game for Konami, has previously said it will faithfully stick to the original game story, leading to some confusion over what the origin story could be. My thing is like, we've talked about this, a million times. This game's going to be trash. Like, it's Bloober Team. Like, they're only good for one thing, walking simulators. And, like, it's not going to work. Like,
Yeah, they have never made a game with any kind of, like, shooting mechanics in it
Action.
at all. You know what I mean? Like,
It-
which,
it's like
fair
you might as well
play.
just give it to, like, a random indie studio who's never done anything. Like, you could literally just hand it to anyone. At least they'd have more of promise. Like,
Like, the only thing we know for sure that Bloober Team is capable of doing here is making the game, like, look pretty.
Yeah,
You know what I
which
mean?
is
But even
cool,
then,
I
it's
guess.
like, it's got to be more than just looking pretty. Like, it needs to look way more dirty and disgusting than the medium. You know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to be
Yeah.
way grosser feeling than that. Like, if that's your idea of, like, a Silent Hill-y fucking world, we're going to have to step it up a notch. You know what I mean? Like,
Also, it's like they just have really bad aesthetics, like, to their stuff.
Yeah.
Like, whenever they showed the guy, like, the main character,
just not feeling it, man.
he looks so weird. Like he looks like a scarecrow disguised as a human. I'm like, it doesn't look real, bro. Like,
should have got Capcom to let him use the Resident Evil 4 engine or the whatever engine, you know,
or
the
dude,
RE engine that's out, you know.
yeah, how are they gonna do this after Alan Wake 2, after Resident Evil? Like, it's just not gonna work. Like, it's gonna be out of the two.
Dead Space just came out looking fucking amazing, dude. Like,
they messed up giving this to Bloober Team. I really think they did.
I think so too. Honestly, you could have gave it to man. The people who did Dead Space would have did it justice for sure, man.
Yeah.
Like that would be amazing.
The funny thing is like you go back like 2 years and listen to our show. I was like hyping up Bloober Team, but as soon as like the medium dropped. And then like
y'all started hating Bloober Team.
Dude,
Well, and here's the thing. I still like Bloober Team. Like I like the Layers of Fear game that just came out. Like it's really cool. I think they did a great job. The whole game is in Unreal 5. It looks amazing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just a walking simulator. You know, it's like if you were to give the Firewatch people the next Halo game or something. Like it just wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like.
Maybe they will exceed expectations.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, because like Silent Hill 2, like a lot of people have been waiting.
A lot of people that are pissed off if they don't.
Because they're gonna be buying it thinking it's gonna be one thing, and then it'll be completely different.
Yeah.
This will actually kill Silent Hill as a franchise if this game is not like a 9.
Or it will make Bloober Team fucking
disappear.
take it. No, it'll if this game is amazing. Like, okay, let's just take it the other direction for a second. Let's just say Bloober Team pulls it off.
Yeah.
And it's like just a fucking awesome game. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, Bloober Team's next project is going to be fucking crazy because, like, they're going to make way more money off of this than anything they've ever made money off of. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to be able to walk so far in the next game, dude. You're going to see so many things.
Also, though, like, if this is successful... They'll probably realize they can make a game with action elements.
Yeah, without walking.
And they'll probably start branching out a little bit, you know.
Like, we're changing this shit. It's a driving simulator. No, but, like, I don't know. That's the thing is, like...
It's a drive.
It's like you got one or the other. It's either they fucking kill a classic franchise or they survive and or they make the best one that's possible and it comes out perfect. There's no in between here.
Yeah.
Like it's either kill the franchise or make it survive.
If it's even mediocre, the fans are gonna fucking drill their ass.
Well,
bro.
and Konami,
you know what I mean?
It's Konami, right? Not Capcom.
I can't remember. I think it is Konami.
It's Konami, and Konami's been like kind of hesitant to do anything lately. This is like people were so fucking surprised. They're the ones who killed off Silent Hills, so this is it. This is like the one shot, and they gave it to Bloober Team. Like
we know they have a bunch of Silent Hill projects going on right now, so
all based around this game though. Like this is the part that matters. Like all the little things that they're doing on the side are to hype up this.
I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna end production. Like if this game is just a massive flop, like there's still like 3 other Silent Hill games that are like halfway done being made right now that I don't think they're just gonna cancel. I think it's not like necessarily the last chance. But I think it's Bloober Team's
last chance.
Like I'm not gonna
only chance, not last
thing,
chance.
Bloober Team hasn't really fucked up. Like aside from us just hating the medium, I mean
the game got good reviews.
That's what
unfortunately,
I'm saying. We're in the minority, which is weird because that game sucked ass. But
nah, if you go to anything, like go on Steam and read reviews, people hate that game.
It's trash, bro.
It's only the game reviewers and critics that like it, but it's because it's something they can play. They're like, wow, finally a game I can play. It's like it's serious. Like game critics can't play games, dude. Like they suck ass.
Well,
like
maybe we should be critics then.
Dude.
I'm pretty critical.
We can play games. Like that's the thing is like go watch that. Have you ever watched the Cuphead review from IGN?
No.
Like the dude,
he sucked.
Dude, he couldn't get past the tutorial. Like the video is just the tutorial. It's just him jumping. Like it's like watching a 3-year-old try to play. Like he couldn't get over the first jump in the tutorial, and he did it for like 5 minutes. Did they give it a bad
review or something?
No, they gave it it was like a 6. Or I think they gave it a good review actually. But it was like, how can we trust it from people who can't play the fucking games?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they're going to give the walking simulator. Like, Firewatch got 10 out of 10 everywhere. Like, it's a good game. But it's not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
Firewatch is like a solid 8, and that's just for the story and visuals, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're going to get more into this in a second, but go ahead, Devin.
Oh.
Right? Is it you or me?
Yeah, no.
Or Brent?
I just went, I think. Or no.
No, you didn't.
Wait,
you
no,
have
I
one
didn't.
last one.
Okay.
Well, no, I haven't gone yet.
Oh, Devin
Oh, yeah,
hasn't gone.
okay. I was
What
like,
the
something's
fuck?
wrong here. Yeah.
Where are we?
So,
Who are you people?
wait, does yours have to do with Liza P? Okay. So, Liza P publisher NeoWiz has announced a new game update, teased the game's first DLC, and confirmed plans to release a sequel.
Ooh.
So, yeah, Liza P sold 1 million copies in less than a month after Round 8 Studios' well-received Souls-like.
Game Pass
On Game
day
Pass,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love how people still want to try and say like Game Pass like takes money from games. I'm like, dude, it hasn't affected anybody. Like people are.
I think in instances like this, like smaller games that
Yeah.
don't get a lot of publicity before they come out, I think Game Pass really bolsters sales because people
agree.
like it. It gives more
Friends
people
will probably
a win
play
to,
it for
yeah,
free, and then they'll be like, "Hey, dude, check out Liza P," and they're like, "Oh, I got a PS4, and well,
Tell
you
you-
should still get it." Like,
Exactly.
You
yeah.
test it here on my Xbox or my PC, and it's like, damn, yeah, I'm just gonna buy this shit. It's
And
good.
it generates hype because more people playing it, more people talking about it. Like
Yep.
I said, the games that don't get like big commercials and shit all over the place, you know what I mean? That is your commercial.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
all the people talking about how much fun it is, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, there's not much more into that. Just talked about the DLC. An upcoming patch is expected this month, which is set to bring significant changes to weapon and character balance, as well as quality of life changes to quote ease the difficulty in the early stages of the game. Players will also get a new outfit in a direct letters video. Game director Joan Cho showed off 2 sketches below that tease a small portion of the content that will be available in the first DLC. More information as well as patch notes will be available soon.
cool. All right. This one I'm pretty excited about. Remedy Entertainment has revealed some new updates on its upcoming projects, including the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes, as well as Control 2. Quote, Max Payne 1 and 2 progressed into the production readiness stage. We have gained clarity on the style and scope of the game, and we have an exceptionally well-organized team working on it, Remedy said in a press release. With these accomplishments, we are excited about the project and its future success. As for the sequel to Control, the game is still in the proof of concept phase. Quote, the plans for this sequel are ambitious, and we have seen good progress in both the designs and the game build, Remedy explained. Quote, we will continue at this stage for the next few quarters. We focus on proving the identified key elements before moving to the next stage and scaling up the team. Aside from these 2 projects, Remedy has several others in development too. Condor, a multiplayer spin-off of Control, has passed the proof of concept phase and is getting ready for development. Remedy is also working on another multiplayer game with Tencent called Vanguard, and it is planned to exit the proof of concept phase by the end of the year. So, interesting stuff. Sounds like they're working on a bunch of different stuff. Some more single-player stuff and some multiplayer stuff. And
All
good
the
on them.
stuffs.
I'm really happy with like everything Remedy's put out recently. So, I feel like I'm backing whatever their next project is, you know?
I just want Max Payne reboot.
Me too, bro. It sounds
That's
like
all I
that's
want.
going to be their next big project, probably, you know, aside from their multiplayer stuff, you know.
Is that what? I'm sorry. Did they mention that in this article?
Yeah,
Max
that
Payne.
was the beginning.
Okay,
of
that was the
article,
beginning.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to pull up my article. Okay, so Max Payne is they officially were like, yeah, we're
they
working
said
on
Max
it.
Yeah.
Payne 1 and 2 remake. So they're
Oh,
doing,
not a reboot, but a remake.
yeah.
That's fine. I mean, I wish it was a reboot, like just from the ground up. Use Sam Lake again, like, but
No, I think they are. I think they're remaking the whole game.
I thought I was.
It's gonna be like Resident Evil 4 or something. You know
Oh,
what
okay.
I
I
mean?
was thinking like Resident, but that's still like the same game. Like I
Yeah.
want them to like reboot it, like like.
Well, they
Different
said 1
story
and 2 remake. So
Not e-
I'm thinking like it's probably gonna combine the story from the first 2 games into one like long game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking, anyways. Or it'll be like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
1+2. Yeah.
You know?
I think they should remake it like in the vein of Resident Evil remake, but like they should add more stuff that like more ties to control and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm thinking too.
Because they want to do this expanded universe shit. And
it would be easy.
I'm in for it.
To just add a few files here and there laying around that reference like control
Like a poster
shit.
in like one of the subways, you know, or like you can see like an Alan Wake book sitting on like a shelf or something.
I
I'm
can't
sure
wait to have that subway level
they'd
redone.
be stupid to not do that.
Right.
Because there's already a tie, like we were talking about. What's the show called? The pops
Night Springs.
Night Springs. Like through the original Max Payne game, like you'll see it randomly, like on the TVs. It's like Night Springs is like a Twilight Zone type show, but it's like a thing. And Alan Wake.
There's absolutely gonna be ties.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
Little Easter eggs here and there.
So speaking of critics, this one I don't know because it's like, you know, I don't think I've ever played a bad Call of Duty campaign before, but Modern Warfare 3's campaign got a 4 out of 10 on IGN. They put Modern Warfare 3's campaign commits the biggest sin possible for a globe-trotting action thriller. It's boring. What had the promise to be an intriguingly spun web of mystery instead ends up being a dusty cobweb you'd find at the back of your shed, clinging onto 15-year-old garden toys you once had fun with.
God dang.
It's a pale
Fucking
imitation of the past.
Specificity of that.
He has some memories about
Yeah,
those.
he woke up today and just decided he didn't want to play with fucking Call of Duty anymore. Like,
I don't want to play with you anymore. Now, it's a pale imitation of the past, made up of underbaked story moments that clash with attempts to introduce new open combat missions designed to encourage player freedom that instead fall flat on their face. Yes, the gunplay is still great and the graphics and sound design are top tier, but I couldn't help but feel I was playing a shinier, less subtle version of something I played many times before. If this is the quality we've come to expect from Call of Duty campaigns, maybe it's for the best if a year or two is taken to reset and raise this low bar back to the heights of old.
man,
So
that was super critical. I mean, IGN's been really harsh lately on like everybody. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
There's no way that's a 4 out of 10 game, dude.
No.
Like, I don't care how bad the story is, just the like level of quality that like,
they put into
fucking
their
Call
games.
of Duty put into their games. Yeah.
It is a Sledgehammer, developed one, so it is possible.
Dude, like, so was the World War II one, and I wasn't
But-
like a big fan of that story, but
Well,
like,
it was
you know,
still
it was
beautiful.
still not a fucking 4 out of 10, like 6 maybe. You
Yeah,
know?
this one. Hold on, this is bad. Or a 4 out of 10. Bad, underbaked, rehashed, and cobbled together from multiplayer parts. Modern Warfare 3 single-player campaign is everything a Call of Duty story mode shouldn't be.
Cobbled together from multiplayer parts. What does that even mean?
I don't
like,
know. I don't know.
Is
Maybe
there like
just
multiplayer
assets?
levels they just sewed into the game to like make it bigger or something?
I guess.
Well, all the multiplayer maps are going to be old maps from like 2 and
That's
stuff
fucking
that are
cheap
just
as fuck.
redesigned.
Yeah.
They're like slightly redesigned. I played
I was
the
about
beta.
to say he didn't even mention the multiplayer.
This
in
is
that.
only the
No, it's the
campaign review.
campaign.
They
Yeah.
haven't done the multiplayer review, but a lot of people like the multiplayer stuff. Like so far, at least I've seen from the streamers playing it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I have
we
a hard
played it and it
time
was good.
trusting IGN, you know, because like sometimes they're right on and sometimes they're just really
Well,
fucking right not.
And the comment with this being developed by Sledgehammer, it was being developed by Sledgehammer with Infinity Ward overlooking it still. So
Yeah, but this was supposedly because remember they were like, we're gonna get away from the doing every year thing, and then this year for whatever reason
did it again.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be DLC. I
yeah,
think
they said this was originally going to be like a DLC that just got too big and turned into a full game.
so. I believe that it's possible that it could be bad because it's DLC rather than a game, being sold at game price. So like
Yeah.
I could understand the hate for that, but I also think there's just this might be me just being paranoid as an Xbot. I think it's because Activision Blizzard owns them now, or like since Xbox owns them now, like suddenly all the critics are going to turn against them because they do have a fucking PlayStation bias. Like it's just weird. It's weird, dude. But like
I don't know, man. I feel like we'll have to see what the next game that comes out from an Xbox studio,
we will.
You know?
But see, my thing is like, when was the last time a Call of Duty game got less than a 9? Like, in the past decade.
I don't keep
Probably
up with
World War
those,
II.
World War II, I think, got like a 8 or a 9 or
No,
something.
I
Said
think
less than a
World War
9,
II
yeah.
got dogged pretty bad.
By critics.
I'm pretty sure.
It didn't get dog, but it didn't get like high marks. I don't think Infinite Warfare got more than
You talking about Vanguard?
No. World
No.
War II. It got an 8 out of 10 at IGN.
Yeah, you said less than a 9.
Yeah, but I mean like a 4? Come on. Like a fucking 4?
But is this the whole
not a thing?
Is it a whole game or multiplayer included in those other reviews? Because this will be the first time
I
that they've done it.
refuse to believe this game is a 4, no matter how like underbaked it is. You know what I mean? Like
even on World War II, like even though they gave it an 8 out of 10,
Vanguard got 7, and then total ratings is like 2.3 for Vanguard.
that's from people.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the IGN was a 7.
Which one was Vanguard though? I don't even remember that one.
It was a shit Sledgehammer production.
I think and that is where I'm like, okay, it is Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer also did the Infinite Warfare games, which are like notoriously
Bad,
not popular. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think
Advanced Warfare was pretty good though.
but that's a Sledgehammer one though, right?
I know. Yeah, that was their first one.
I know that like a lot of people were mad about that one though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that was the first one
exosuits.
Yeah, that
and
was the
shit.
first one that introduced those. I liked it though, just because it was a
different.
more realist take on future technology.
I like the zombies
and
in
it played good,
honestly,
too.
I
Yeah.
had fun with some of it. You know?
Yeah, people just hated the mobility though.
I think that's where people were kind of mad because they went more Halo-y with like this stuff, and it was like, you know, everybody didn't play Halo, you know, because they wanted to play Call of Duty. You know, it was like you were
they
either
wanted
playing
boots
Call
on
of Duty
the-
or Halo.
Yeah.
You know, and if you were playing Call of Duty, you didn't want to play Halo. And if you were playing Halo, you didn't want to play Call of Duty. And then they were like, what if we took some of the aspects of Halo and stuck it in Call of Duty? And people were like, fuck, no, we want like the real shit.
I think it was a fun idea for one game, you know, but I do think it was a little like to do Advanced Warfare and then Infinite Warfare. Like those were both, I think, fucking like to do the second one that was set in the future was kind of like, okay, guys,
Because it was like
chill out with the future shit.
Yeah, it was Advanced Warfare had the exosuits, and then Black Ops 3 had the exosuits, and then Infinite Warfare after that had the exosuits.
Yeah.
I think is how it went.
That's right.
Fucking yeah, and then by
Black Ops 3 was
everybody's
tight though.
fucking
I'm not
tight.
even gonna lie. Like Black Ops 3 might be one of the best fucking Call
Do
of
the
Duty.
wall running. I liked the mobility. I'm alone
I
in
think
that.
the Black Ops 3 has the best zombies out of any of them. Like there's just no comparison. I feel
With Modern Warfare 3, I think the big selling thing, I mean, it's not going to be the campaign. A lot of people don't buy COD for campaign, but it's the
I
zombies.
do like the campaign. They did it. They did one year, like I think Black Ops 4 or something, where they just didn't even do a campaign. That
Yeah, it was
that
4.
pissed me off. Like,
I think it was
fucking-
4 that didn't do a campaign.
Fuck that, dude. Like, give
Yeah.
me a campaign. I'm in it for the campaign.
Well, and there was
man.
also it was especially crazy for Treyarch to not do a fucking
yeah,
campaign.
because they had the best ones.
They were known for the best stories. Yeah, it was weird. But the zombies could save Modern Warfare 3. I think that's gonna be like the only selling point, really.
Can't wait to see what they do with that.
And just the multiplayer in general.
Well,
like
yeah,
people
they
people
love the
will never
TDM,
stop
yeah,
playing
the OG
fucking
modes.
I want to get some of these Nintendo bangers that are coming out. Fucking like Super Mario Wonder and the new RPG Mario coming out.
Yeah, Wonder's been out for like a week and a half now, or 2 weeks.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the one that
But-
just came out. Yeah, I want to get that.
That it looks fun. I hate that there's no online multiplayer. Like there is, but there's not. But I do want to play it really bad. I just don't want to pay fucking $70.
Me either,
for it.
man. But it's like never gonna go on sale.
No.
That might be one of those things. I'm like, hey,
Christmas. Yeah, that's my sister for my birthday pre-ordered me, or like got me the RPG, but it doesn't
Oh,
come out till the
cool.
20th of this. So
I thought it was the 16th.
I think. Is it the 16th?
I think it's the 16th.
That's a lot closer then. I'm excited because I've been waiting since July to play
Yeah.
it, you know, so it'll be
I
cool.
played a little bit of the old one earlier just to like,
Get back in it.
just to kind of like see what's up, you know?
I miss that old look.
It's pretty
dude.
fun, yeah. It's got a cool aesthetic to it, and I feel like the new one is doing a good job of like preserving a lot of that aesthetic, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks so much like Donkey Kong Country. Like that's because they used like the same like silicone
Yeah.
graphics stuff. I wish somebody like would do that with like a
Like
modern,
a modern
day game.
thing? That'd
Like
be
go get a
cool.
silicone graphics like setup and make a modern game.
That would be
with that
so
look.
cool.
It would be. You got anything else?
Yeah, I like the OG look as well.
If you had like
Yeah.
a cool enough idea to go with that, like it could be a hit too. You know what I mean? Like they had that game came out pretty recently called like Pizza Time or some shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and it was a big hit. And it was just because it's like old school looking graphics and it's like fun gameplay and shit. You know,
Mhm.
No.
if you just combined some fun gameplay on those graphics, you know,
Oh yeah,
that'd be sick.
with like modern sensibilities like
Yeah.
in the game.
Oh, sorry. Oh, me.
Yeah, you're good.
So we got a little bit of news from Remnant 2. This first DLC, The Awakened King, has a release date, price, and teaser trailer.
Ooh, I almost bought that Remnant 2 pretty recently.
Dude, it's fun. I really enjoyed it. And
Can
I'll
you
definitely
play it offline? Do you have to be online to play?
I don't know. I haven't tried to play a
Can
game
you play
offline.
solo?
Yeah, you can play solo. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but some of the shit you kind of need a teammate for.
Yeah.
It really depends. I mean, it scales with with teammates and stuff. Like the boss health and stuff scales with just kind of like Elden Ring, right? The boss health scaled when you had more teammates in there. I mean, it was a good little like looter shooter. I put, I don't know, 30, 40 hours into it. Ran through everything. Ran through worlds multiple times because there's like different like iterations of worlds, but it's the same world but slightly different like stories in each playthrough. So it was really interesting, but yeah, I mean, it had a huge launch too. I can't remember if I got the package that includes the DLC though. So, but after a series of updates, publisher Gearbox and Gunfire Games have unveiled what's next. Excuse me. The Awakened King and Remnants 2 first premium DLC and launches on PlayStation, PC, Xbox Series X and S on November 14th. Priced. It just says priced. It doesn't finish the sentence.
Damn.
This is the first DLC in the previously announced DLC bundle, which includes 3 DLC packs. The 2 other DLC packs launch at some point in 2024. Those who bought the Ultimate Edition of Remnant 2 get all 3 at no additional cost. But it doesn't say what the cost is. It just says priced. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't be too much. Probably like $20 or something.
20 or 30 is usually the going rate.
Yeah. So Ark Survival Ascended developer Studio Wildcard has offered firmer detail on the console version launch, confirming an Xbox Series X and S release date, but another delay for the PS5 version. Ark Survival Ascended is Studio Wildcard's Unreal Engine 5 remake of the original dinosaur-filled survival game Ark Survival Evolved. It's out now on Steam. And
it's got really bad reviews. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I think it might be performance issues or something, but like people are very upset about it for some reason.
I'm gonna say it's probably because they remade fucking
a game
their game that they In a blog post, Studio Wildcard said Ark Survival Ascended is on track to launch on Xbox Series X and S and Windows PC on November 14th. The Xbox version will be up to spec with the latest PC functionality as of November 14th. The developer added, and will launch directly into crossplay with the PC version alongside new servers, including Xbox-only servers. But the PS5 version is delayed further to some point at the end of November, so not that much longer. Studio Wildcard said it is finalizing the date with Sony. We know this isn't ideal, but we're optimistic we'll be able to share a date very soon, the developer said. So I guess it's like a Sony thing, like with the developer, like they're having some issues deciding when to drop it. I don't know.
Man, I wish I could like games like that. I just fucking hate survival games so much, man. Like, I've played so many different survival games, and I just want to like them, but I just can't.
Ark was cool, but I couldn't, like, I kept getting just killed very early on.
I didn't like Ark. I don't like
the community
Rust.
is
I don't like
trash.
the Forest. I don't like any of that shit.
Oh,
Fallout
no,
76 is the
I don't
most
think it's
I've
so
ever
funny with
gotten
the
into a
Forest.
game like that, and even that was kind of like, eh.
No.
Well, you know, once Vin Diesel's in Ark, that's all that
It's going to
matter.
change the game.
Yeah, dude. Then it's family. All right.
So Far Cry 6 has officially received its last patch after Ubisoft announced it would no longer be updating the game.
Damn.
I thought they were done updating it a while ago. Huh?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
game came out in like 2017 or
Yeah,
some
why do
shit.
they need to keep updating it?
Far
Like,
Cry 6?
it's been out for a minute.
It's been at least
It was like
2020.
It was like 20 or 21, I thought.
I thought it was post-COVID. I don't know. Maybe I'm...
Pre-COVID.
It's not that old. Hold on.
Yeah, when did this game come out?
2020.
It came out around
21.
the launch of the
Okay,
new
21.
consoles. Yeah, because it was like a launch title for
October
PS5.
21.
That's still a while. That's a while back. You know, that's a while back.
Just a bit.
It's 2 years.
Only a bit.
Oh, it's 2 years. Oh, speaking of which, I found like just that weird accent. Right, I finally watched Mad Max. Like I had never watched Mad Max.
Like the original? Or
the
like-
original,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Good
And
movie.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen the original either.
It's very weird
Didn't
watching
it have Mel
Gibson
Yeah.
and like this all Australian cast, and then it's just Mel Gibson.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
like-
know that.
Yeah, it's like set in Australia. It's like everybody has an Australian accent, and so does he. But it's like, why did they get this random American guy to play like an Australian?
Because it's
Mel
Mel
Gibson,
Gibson,
mate.
yeah.
That's kind of like British sound. But it was
I
good.
can't do an Australian accent. I'm not even trying.
Yeah, my Australian accent always devolves into like a British
You're
accent.
British.
I don't know.
Mine's the opposite. When I try to do a British one, I go Australian, and like I can't do British anymore for some reason. But anyways,
But yeah.
Was it you? Yeah. Or did you just go? You just went. We were talking about Mad Max for some reason. Okay. Let me see.
Brett, I'm worried about Jamel and his short-term memory.
Dude, my memory has been really bad lately. I don't know what's going on. Fortnite just had its quote-unquote biggest day ever thanks to Fortnite OG, with over 44.7 million players jumping into the game and playing for a combined total of over 102 million hours. Fortnite announced the news on X saying, "Way to start things off with a bang. We're blown away by the response to Fortnite OG." Fortnite's X account continued, "Yesterday was the biggest day in Fortnite's history, with over 44.7 million players jumping in and 102 million hours of play. According to the unofficial but reliable stat website Fortnite.gg, Fortnite had also had its highest concurrent player count ever yesterday, November 4th, with 6,172,463 players battle royaling.
Battling
Royale.
Royale.
That's actually shocking to me.
Oh, well, it's, yeah.
Like, the fact that Fortnite is still that popular is wild. Like, I mean, like, people don't talk about it anymore, but
Well,
I guess
no. People
We don't
our
talk
age,
about
no,
it.
people, no, I was literally, people our age don't talk about it anymore, but there were some kids at like a freaking gas station the other day, and they were like just talking, I was like filling up, and they were on the other side of the pump, and they were talking about Fortnite.
They're just doing Fortnite dances instead of
Dude.
talking. Like,
But yeah, that's how they communicate now.
yeah, they
But
just
they were talking
emote.
about Fortnite the whole time. They're like, dude, I can't wait to the OG update. And I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, I think they're like high school, like older high school aged or
cool.
something maybe.
I mean, I'm glad
But-
that they're still out there.
And then
kids
when I
playing
was
it,
like,
you know what I mean?
when I
Like,
was servicing too, like back in my like technician days, anytime like a home had like younger kids, like there was always Fortnite mentions and shit, like,
interesting.
or they were playing Fortnite. Like it's staying huge with the younger crowd.
I think it's like how like our generation growing up, like Halo and Call of Duty were like the thing, and they lasted like decades.
Yeah.
It's like that for them. Like, this is what their
They're
childhood.
like Halo, yeah.
And I think it'll be that
And
for
it's
a while.
and it's free too.
Because I'm like
Yeah.
looking at my like teenage like nephew, you know, and like I watched him like grow up, you know, and when he was like 6 or 7, he was like really into like Fortnite, you know what I mean? Which is crazy that
Wait, hold
Fortnite's
up.
been around.
Your nephew's
for
a teenager?
Yeah, well, no, not my sister's kid, but like
I was like, what? I was like, dude, he was just like 6 the other
no,
day.
no, my girlfriend's brother's kid. Like,
Gotcha.
So like, he's not really my nephew. Like,
No,
fully,
but he is,
might
yeah.
as well be. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But like,
I guess.
you know, whenever he was like 7, he was like super into Fortnite. You know, the older he gets, the more he like branches out and plays other stuff. You know what I mean? But it's like I thought he might have just grown out of it. I thought it might be uncool now, but maybe he just is his other tastes now. You know? What I
Yeah,
mean?
no, it's very much alive. I mean, obviously, 44 million people.
That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I was super surprised.
My
by those
point was,
numbers.
I guess I thought it had just died down a
Yeah.
little bit, like, but to the fact that that's the best day they've ever had, like, that's wild. Because Fortnite was hot at one point, you know.
Yeah.
I think it did die down a little bit, but this is like the OG. Like, I guess it's bringing back. It's nostalgia.
Yeah,
You know, it's
people
like all
love
the
the
kids that grew
nostalgia.
up playing it
Mhm.
are just like, you know, that'd be like like when Halo Infinite dropped and everybody was like, "Oh shit, is this gonna be good?"
Or like when Halo 2 dropped and they had the Blood Gulch map,
Yep.
and you know everybody's like, "Oh shit,
But
Blood
better.
Gulch, but better,"
Yeah.
you know.
It's But yeah. So let's see here.
The highly anticipated and controversial post-apocalyptic open-world MMO The Day Before has been delayed yet again
Of course.
to December 7th, 2023, but will only launch in early access on Steam with no word on a console release date. Have y'all seen anything on this game The Day Before?
Isn't this the one that had like a bunch of shit about it that was
So there-
just like other games or
Yeah,
something?
so yeah, there's that controversy. There's been the multiple delays. They're making some pretty big promises on what the game is going to be too.
This game
People
will
are getting
change
people are
your
getting
life.
very skeptical very fast for good reason. I mean, it's having a lot of issues.
We're going to cure cancer with this game. And like, people are just like,
But yeah, they're claiming that it's taken things from Cyberpunk and maybe GTA, two big games. It was like taking like
A lot of games take stuff from other games. You know,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I don't know.
The internet chooses weird things to grapple onto, and then just like I haven't seen anything about this, but like whenever people are like, hey, that's from another game, I'm like, what do you think all games are? They're like just literally mechanics taken from other games but built upon. You know what I'm saying? Or like put in a different setting.
Right.
It's like that'd be like, oh, dude, I can't play Warzone because Fortnite existed. This is a ripoff. But
But yeah.
Or I can't play Fortnite because Call of Duty existed because people were getting shot.
They're shooting in this game, dude. No.
That's a
Yeah,
prime
I'd have
example of like tropes building on tropes. You know what I mean?
Forever.
Like, yeah.
I'd have to find that there's an article that specified like what it was ripping. It would have to be pretty fucking specific for there to be a whole article on it. I feel like
I'm
I
thinking
didn't
you'd have to
grab
be
it,
like
though.
copying direct lines
Yeah.
of code and shit.
There was
you
there
know
was
what I mean?
some, I mean it was something
Or like what I think I remember is like the character looked just like the character from like Last of Us or something.
They were like
that.
stealing like assets almost.
Or maybe that was that Switch game that came out a little while back. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think
I'll
that
look
actually
it.
was the Switch game. I think there was.
Oh, yeah, it was
Switch
like a
game.
knockoff
Yeah,
The
it was
Last
a
of Us,
knockoff
yeah.
Last of Us. Yeah.
It's like the remaining of us or something.
Yeah.
The remaining ones.
The remaining ones. While you're looking that up, following layoffs a few days ago, Bungie has published a statement about the difficult week the studio had as the developer alludes to some of its plans moving forward. Quote, "This has been one of the most difficult weeks in our studio's history, as we've parted ways with people we respect and admire." The blog post begins, addressing the layoffs that affected roughly 100 employees. We've spent this week supporting one another, including those who are at the studio, as well as friends and colleagues who no longer are. The team also acknowledged that it has lost, quote, "a lot of its fans' trust," noting that it recognizes the concerns and feedback players have shared regarding Destiny 2 and the mixed reception of the Lightfall expansion. Quote, "We know we have lost a lot of your trust," Bungie wrote. "Destiny needs to surprise and delight. We haven't done this enough, and that's going to change." The blog post comes following an IGN report earlier this week where employees told IGN that Destiny 2 player sentiment was at an all-time low, with employees flagging multiple times to leadership that critical changes were to be made to win players back. Bungie CEO Pete Parsons told employees that the layoffs were due to Destiny 2's underperformance over the last year, as well as the lower-than-expected reorders for the final Shape expansion. In an internal town hall meeting, IGN learned that Parsons told remaining employees that it had kept, quote, "the right people" to continue developing post-launch content for Destiny 2.
Honestly, like, I think what they need to do is, first of all, like the Sony acquisition is on the horizon. Okay, like I don't see why they're firing people right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
They're already owned, I thought.
no,
Sony doesn't own them yet?
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
They bought them like a year ago.
Are you 100% sure about that?
I'm like positive. Hold on. Who owns Bungie?
Because
Sony.
so they already like the deal is final and shit.
Yeah, Bungie is an American video game company based in Bellevue, Washington, and a subsidiary of Sony Interactive
Yeah.
Entertainment.
That happened like what, 2 years
Yeah,
ago?
it was a while back.
This is fucking Sony's fault. Like Sony needs to be fucking like giving them an advance on whatever, you know, to keep their fucking employees. But aside from all of that, you know what I mean? Fucking, I really think it's time to put Destiny to bed.
Yeah, just
I just think
take
we
it
need-
out back, put
don't-
it down.
Don't kill it. Just get a small team to like run the servers and
Just,
like expansions that already exist.
As
you
Brent
know what
said,
I mean?
grapes of wrath. It, dude.
Just have somebody like have a team of like 30 people just control the servers and then send the rest of the team to make whatever the next big game is. And fuck Destiny. Don't make another fucking Destiny.
Honestly, they could make another Destiny.
No, fuck that. Honestly, fuck that. Like, you can make a game with tons of post-launch content or whatever, but I think it's time we move on to a new fucking thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The developers of that game have got to fucking hate their life, and, like, that's why there's not any fresh content. That's why there's no magic anymore, because the developers don't give a shit, dude. Like, fucking...
I do feel like Destiny is like from a bygone era, like just the whole feel of it and everything. Like, it's cool and everything, but like it's time to do something new, which they're doing that one that's like an Escape from Tarkov game.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think that's going to be their next big one.
Yeah, they need another, like, story-focused game. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Like, I think there's story in that one. Like, they're trying to make it like a story thing.
That'll be interesting. We'll see what that is.
Yeah, I don't really know what they could do next because, like, Bungie's a whole different team than especially now. They just literally fired 100 people, so it's like,
It sounds like they're cutting the fat to focus more on Destiny content, which is like, I don't know,
bad idea.
A bad idea.
Yeah. Well, they cut one of their like famous composers too, like from way back in the Halo days.
It just has like really shitty keyboard music in the next expansion.
No, he was responsible for a lot of the really good music from the old Halos and stuff, and like he's been with Bungie for a very long time. And he got laid off.
I'm just saying, if
People
you're
are pissed about
Sony and you spent $3.6 billion on this fucking studio, like, you'd think you'd be guarding your investment a little bit here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, Sony is known to like fucking just shutter a studio if they're not outputting, or like putting out.
Yeah, but they just bought them. That'd be like buying a fucking cheeseburger and taking one bite out of it and then just throwing it out the window. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Hold on. Like, Sony closed because this was a thing of contention for a while there.
Yeah.
So like they've closed Manchester Studio, Pixel Opus, Studio Liverpool, Zipper Interactive. They've closed a shit ton of them. Yeah, like Bend, I think which was the one that they closed? They acquired Bend in 2000. And like Siphon Filter and like all those games. Days Gone. They closed the Days Gone studio.
I'm worried that that's what Xbox is going to do in the next 10 years, Like when all the studios that they've purchased from this big fucking acquisition don't perform, I think like...
buy them up, ring them out, and throw them over to...
I mean, dead ass. Like, I really think they might just keep like the 3 or 4 that really make a bunch of good games.
Yeah.
And then every other studio they've bought is going to end up getting fucking just... burned, you know what I mean?
Well, hopefully those people will go and make other great studios again and not get fucking bought out.
The problem with that is like I don't think Xbox has the ability to close these studios. They just spent all their money on them. Like Sony is very selective with their stuff.
I don't think they could close the studios, but they could cut ties with them, you know what I mean? And then
they would have to sell them. They couldn't just cut ties with these. Like they literally just bought all these assets and IPs. Like so the thing is like what I'm more worried about is like with Xbox is just them not using them to their potential, like or like managing them correctly. Like,
yeah, the managing is what's gonna.
That's what matters. Like because even if they put out the shittiest games, like Redfall, they're still gonna keep them and make them work on something else because they have to. They have nothing else. Like Xbox is like, please, we need something. It's like they're just gonna keep using these people, and they have a shit ton of money. It's Microsoft. So like they're not like hurting by any means, but like Sony is, like I said, Sony's very selective. They have what they need. So everything extra to them is just like it's extra. So it's like if you can't provide, then they're just going to shutter you and put your assets with somebody else. Like they won't sell your shit. They're not going to sell Bungie, but they're going to put new people in there. They're going to throw old people out until it's more of a Sony studio. Just like like all their other stuff, like Sony, they even closed Sony Interactive Studio, like the main. But what was it, PlayStation Studios? Like they closed the main PlayStation Studios like after last year or something because they weren't putting out shit. Like it's like if you don't do shit for PlayStation, they're gonna fucking shutter you. So you better put shit out.
But it's probably that fear of getting shutted out that causes them to constantly get high quality content.
That's what I'm saying. It's good. It's a good thing. I mean, it's bad for the employees and for the studios, but it's good for the overall platform and for the gamers. Like Days Gone shuttered like that studio,
and that's a shame because Days Gone was an excellent game. It just didn't
perform. Yeah.
Like, and I don't know why. That's the thing that really baffles me about Days Gone is, in my opinion, Days Gone is 10 times better of a game than Ghost of Tsushima. And Ghost of Tsushima was like widely fucking praised and like
it was such a basic game.
I played them both, and fucking Days Gone blows that game out of the fucking water. In the story, the gameplay, every department.
I can tell you why. I think it's because
graphics.
They already had The Last of Us as a PlayStation Studios game, so I think people just like were like, oh, more zombies.
Yeah.
Like it's the zombies burnout. Like
it's a shame too, though. It really is. I mean, Days Gone is a masterpiece.
And they called them freakers. They really messed up with that. Like,
dude, you got to get into their biker fucking thing, you know? Like,
Freakers.
not the freakers, dude. I don't know. It just sounds like something like a 4-year-old comes up with, like, on the playground. Like,
by the end of that game, you're like, watch out, the freakers are coming. I swear to God, it's a good ass game. The story is like fucking. Like,
they should have done 18-wheelers instead of motorcycles.
That would have been badass.
That would have been tight. Yeah, like.
Fucking.
But I don't know. I'm sure it was good.
All the vehicles to have in a post-apocalyptic, like
the loudest fucking motorcycle,
and the least protected too.
No,
Like,
the motorcycles
snatched.
make sense because in the world, like it's like a Walking Dead type world where there's like cars all over the roads and shit. So you can't ride normally in a car or something. You'd have to go off road, you know what I mean? Whereas like a motorcycle, you can like weave between all the bullshit. Like you can't actually like ride other vehicles, and the gas, like the fuel efficiency of motorcycles is like another thing they.
But aren't the freakers like attracted to sound?
Yeah, but you're going so fast it doesn't matter. Like, by the time you they hear the motorcycle rev up, you're already fucking
gone.
Yeah.
You know? Living in the streets, man. Yeah, but
so the day before was taking like direct quotes from the other games. Like word for word. And like in the recent trailer there was like 3 instances of word for word taken from another game.
Damn, just in the trailer?
Yeah. Yeah, like okay,
This
so
summer.
I couldn't find a part that wasn't like plagiarized for the trailer.
yeah, they just stick it in an AI generator thing and like just switch it up a little bit. You know?
for the example, for one example is like the day before trailer above uses the phrase welcome to the next generation of post-apocalyptic MMO open world survival games like never before. Immerse yourself in a day before. And that's a direct rip from Cyberpunk. It says, welcome to the next generation of open world adventure. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077. It's all in the same format and everything.
I mean, maybe they're just good at making games and not coming up with the writing.
I thought it was like a quote from the game, so that's that's a little better.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like a fucking Ellie was like, "Come here, Joel," and blah blah blah. And then, like,
there's no character named Joel in the game. But okay, so Starfield is about to receive a cosmic boost thanks to an upcoming patch entering Steam beta next week, which will finally include the long-awaited official support for deep learning
DLSS.
super sampling.
They really haven't put that in yet?
No.
Jesus.
They put on Twitter, we've been hard at work on Starfield game updates, and we will be putting our next one into Steam beta next week. This update will feature NVIDIA DLSS support with frame generation, display, and HDR controls for supported systems.
So it's DLSS 3. That's cool.
Yeah.
Not a lot of studios will put the newest DLSS in. You know what I'm saying? Like you can.
Hopefully it'll still work with the old DLSS too.
Yeah.
You'll be able to.
Not all of us have DLSS.
It absolutely will work with the old DLSS. Like DLSS 3, it only adds frame generation if you have a 40 series, and most of the time the toggle isn't like available if you don't.
But yeah, so it's going to go live to PC and Xbox players after the beta.
Cool.
So, very neat.
Very neat.
I'm out of news.
Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Mario Kart 8's final wave of Booster Course Pass content is coming next week. I'm not going to read all that. But yeah, just they're finally reaching the end of Mario Kart 8. That game's been going on for like a fucking decade now. Let's see what else we got. There was a new Sonic game announced, but it's like a mobile only. That's Sonic Dream Team, and it will be coming exclusively to Apple Arcade on December 5th.
Oh boy!
I mean, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I watched a video on it. I'm like, it looks pretty good. What is it? So this one is pretty weird. Apparently, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is slated to release on November 10th with a price tag of $70, but for players who are planning on buying the recently announced slimmer PS5 model in the near future, Modern Warfare 3 will be essentially free thanks to a newly announced bundle. According to new ads shared by Call of Duty news site Charlie Intel, Sony is selling a PlayStation 5 Slim Disc Edition Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 bundle to celebrate Modern Warfare 3's launch, and it'll be $499, the same price as the PS5 Slim without a bundle, making the game a free addition to the PS5 Slim.
Whoa.
So you get Call of Duty for free. I mean, like with it.
I actually think I saw that same deal going on if you buy like an NVIDIA graphics card or something like that.
Nice.
They'll give you Call of Duty with it. I'm not 100%
Oh
sure.
boy.
I don't know.
I mean,
It's free.
but
They're just giving that game away, dude.
yeah, they're like,
somebody please
they
play it.
they knew that they're like, we need this campaign to be played. But Gears of War needs a reboot similar to the to that of the God of War series. Cliff Bleszinski has said.
Does it really though?
Well, I don't know. I think he means in like make it a different game, basically.
Yeah.
So speaking to comic book,
Does it really though?
Wait, what needs a reboot?
Gears of War. So Cliff Bleszinski made Gears of War. Like he's like the OG creator of it. So speaking to comic book,
Dude,
the Gears
let it rest a second. Like
co-create. Well, I mean, they haven't put one out since 5, which was
Yeah.
like 3 or 4
It was like a
years
launch
ago.
title for Series X.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say it not that long ago. Like, and they're already trying to reboot the shit.
My
like,
thing is like,
Well,
okay,
that's the 6th one. That's why he's saying reboot it. He's like, quit making.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
More and
That-
more.
I don't
that's what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
the
Let-
old ones really look that bad. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
call me crazy.
No,
You know what I mean?
guys.
I don't feel like we need
Let it
to
rest.
No, he's saying
remake it or reboot it.
no, reboot it in a way of like it's not the same game. Like you're not playing like over the shoulder third person.
Make something that's not Gears then.
I mean, I think the reason why he wants to do that is because the world is so like a lot of people understand the lore and shit of it. There's like a huge following for Gears of War for some reason. I'm not a
Yeah.
huge follower, but a lot of people like it. They like the chainsaw gun and all that shit. So like I get it. Like you could do it, I guess, but anyways, this is what he said about it. The Gears co-creator turned comic book scribe called on Xbox boss Phil Spencer to give him a ring for a spot of consultancy should Microsoft greenlight such a project. Quote, I believe Gears needs a little bit of a reboot like God of War had. Then I've always said, Phil Spencer has my number. I'm happy to consult, Bleszinski said. Gears of War's latest mainline release was 2019's Gears 5. How old is 2019?
4 years.
That's 4 years. That's long enough, I guess, though. Although turn-based tactics spin-off Gears Tactics launched a year later in 2020.
Let's think about this for a second. I mean, if he's saying we need to reboot it like God of War, then I'm assuming he's saying like not just the gameplay, like the fucking story too, you know. And like God of War is set in like a futuristic version of the same like world where he's like in a different part of the world and stuff, you know what I mean? Like maybe we go 10 years in the future in Gears of War and like the whole like the alien thing has died down or something, like it's a different
I don't even know how 5 ended, so I can't even, like.
I don't remember either, honestly.
I don't remember.
I played the
I
whole
played
game.
it
I don't
too.
fucking remember it all. Like,
We even played it co-op,
yeah, we played
too.
it together. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like the thing is like I've never really understood the story of Gears of War. I'm gonna be honest with you, not because it's hard to understand, but because I just
locusts.
never paid attention.
It's very forgettable.
Yeah, it's like so I could see though, like you know, just changing up the gameplay mechanics, like not making it a run and gun, like you know, hide behind stuff and then pop out, like make it into a brawler or something. Like I don't know, like make it like a fucking God of War type over the shoulder game, but like without the hammer. Like give them something else. I don't know, like and make it a one guy versus like multiple guys.
I don't think you have Gears of War if you take the guns away. That just doesn't even work.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a gunless
There's no
Gears
gears.
of War game.
There's
like,
no
you know what I
wars. There's no Gears or War.
mean? Like you can't just give him a chainsaw and be like, "Have fun," you know what I mean? Like
I feel like Cliff Bleszinski, like as much as he's like kind of a douche, I feel like he could actually probably come up with something. Like
maybe, but I don't think that's what he means. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's saying give it like a Resident Evil 4 style facelift. You know what I mean? Give it a.
I mean,
Dead
the game
Space.
already looks Resident Evil like level of graphics. Like the graphics are fucking insane on 5. Like I don't know what else you could do like graphically and like.
You could
I think he's
change
talking about
the core,
rebooting it.
like you just the way it feels and shit. You know what I mean? Like 5 might look pretty, but it's still got the weird like just bullets spraying everywhere, like no good pinpoint reticle. It feels all like
Maybe they go first person.
I don't know. Outlandery. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you could definitely make it feel less like floaty and clunky and like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I mean, it kind
You
of
could
set off a
also-
trend of games like when it came out that died out pretty quickly. But like you had Army of Two. Like,
I think
all those games.
I think a good idea would be maybe to like lean into like a survival horror like aspect of it. Like,
Be a Callisto Protocol. Literally is what it looked like.
I mean, it could be. You know, you could make a better Callisto Protocol. Like, I don't see why that would be an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the problem is it's like Callisto Protocol literally was just Dead Space with Gears of War looking shit going on.
Callisto Protocol was just bad Dead Space. It really wasn't.
Bad space.
It really didn't give me any Gears of War at all. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, yeah,
I just meant like the way it looks, like the character, and he has a chainsaw thing, doesn't he? In that game, like there's like one of the things is like a chainsaw weapon.
I don't remember, honestly. Probably.
That's what I remember from like the trailers. That's why I was like, it's very.
I just don't remember ever thinking like this feels like.
They're like
Gears of
swole
War.
as fuck,
Yeah.
big dude.
To
like,
me, it feels like if you were to give the fucking Bloober team Dead Space and be like remake Dead Space, but give it to Bloober team,
that's what you
that's
get.
what you'd get.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like Silent Hill 2 is gonna play, like Callisto Protocol. You know what I mean? Like like a pretty looking, shitty feeling game
That's sad.
with bad level design. You know?
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol has like things about it that are good. You know, like it's not like the worst game ever. It got a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But like the problem is, it came out so close to Dead Space Remake, which is just everything that it wants to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no way it could shine. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's a world where Dead Space Remake never came out and
Callisto
Callisto
Protocol was
Protocol
okay.
doesn't get as much hate. Yeah. like,
Except
I don't
for
think
the
there's.
in-game purchases.
I mean, there's not really like any necessary in-game purchases. Like,
No,
I didn't.
But didn't they make like death animations like a purchase?
It's like
purchasable
you
item?
can get like the deluxe edition and they add a few death animations or something, but I don't feel like that's any more egregious than like Spider-Man having the fucking $10 pre-order that gets you like fucking free suits. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So
There's already plenty of ways he can die in that game.
So we got like the first wave of like November games coming to Game Pass, or like the announcement of them. And so like obviously Thirsty Suitors is already out on Game Pass, cloud, console, and PC. Came out November 2nd.
The hell?
I don't know. Football Manager 2024 came to PC Game Pass on November 6th, and to console.
Are we talking like real football or
No,
like
this is like other parts of the world football, you know,
okay.
like the non-real football. And then we got Dungeons 4 coming to cloud, console, and PC on November 9th. Then we got Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who
that's a
erased
day
his
one
name.
release right there, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
Cloud, console, and PC on
That's
November
actually
9th.
a really good one right there, dude. Like, a lot of people are hyped about that shit. I personally will probably play it.
This is the one with like the island simulator and all that shit, right?
Yeah,
like
I
on
think
the
so,
side.
yeah.
That's what
That's so
I'm hyped for that.
It should be cool.
And then Wild Hearts is coming on November 9th. This is like that game that's like a
Should I know this?
what's the one it's like Monster Hunter, but EA made it.
Oh,
it's like
with-
their version of Monster
with
Hunter.
like the
Oh yeah,
gadgets and
okay,
shit that they
yeah,
can
yeah,
set
yeah.
up.
Yeah, so that's coming on November 9th for cloud, console, and PC.
Some of our Discord buddies got big into that for a little bit.
Mhm.
I'll try that out.
Yeah, I'm down to try it now that it's coming to Game Pass. Anthony's gonna be so pissed.
He's giving me that.
And then Spirit T is coming to cloud, console, and PC on November 13th. And then Coral Island is coming to cloud and Xbox Series X and S on November 14th. But that's like half, you
I
know.
don't give a shit.
No,
About
we
90%
did
of
get
that.
two of that, two good ones though.
Later the month, we're getting more good stuff.
I would assume so. I bet you December has some good shit because the holidays, like
I know we're getting Persona 5 Tactica on like the 16th or something. Which
of this
is-
month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
this
a
is
little
only
later.
up to the 14th.
Yeah.
So like,
There's some good stuff coming, I think. And then next month, I think there's something else good coming. I don't know.
I bet you there's gonna be some unannounced shit coming next month. Like I said, just because it's the holidays and they're probably gonna want more people getting Game Pass, like for their family members and stuff. So they're gonna throw some good shit on
It'd
there.
be smart to throw some of the not Bethesda, the Blizzard shit on there. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I really hope so. Like, what do we get? Is it just a?
I'm not sure how long ago this came in. I'm sorry, we didn't see it. Kittlemons asked if we could forget a game and then re-experience it for the first time again. Which would it be?
Oh man,
Oh,
that's a tough one.
KOTOR, 100%. Like that's because like once you've played it, you know what's gonna happen. You know.
Man, just because it's so fresh in my mind, I'm gonna have to say Alan Wake 2.
You just beat it.
I
Just say
know.
you want to
I want
already.
to forget it and
Damn.
play it again. It was a lot of fun.
Man, you're hyping me up.
It was a really interesting, intricate story. Like I said, you don't get that high quality of story in most video games.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I wish I could erase my memory, and honestly, like I'm adding something. I wish I could go back in time to when Fallout 3 came out and just play through Fallout 3 like fresh again, and never have played any other Fallouts because I didn't play any other Fallouts before that game, and like just play through Fallout 3 with brand new eyes, like, and basically at that time. That would be cool.
I really enjoyed playing through Doki Doki Literature Club without knowing what was going to happen. I think that was a fun experience.
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
Destiny 1. I was thinking back earlier when we were shitting on Destiny 2 and Bungie, just how much I fucking enjoyed playing Destiny 1 for the first time and like really getting into it and just absolutely loving it until the end of Destiny 1, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
another good one?
I thoroughly enjoyed that entire game and the expansions.
Dude, a lot of people really did, man. It had a big following. Like, I fucking, like, there were some people who were just, like, really into that shit.
I was absorbed by that game for a long time.
I think another good one would probably be Red Dead Redemption 2. I got to put that one out there in the ethos. That was just
or Grand Theft
journey.
Auto.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5,
Or just Grand Theft Auto in general. Like, the whole concept of Grand Theft Auto blew my fucking mind.
I agree, but at the same time, if I'm just thinking about, like, stories that moved me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's kind of how I'm approaching this question, I feel like. Because there's a lot of different gameplay mechanics that I think are fun, you know what I mean? But
yeah. Oh, thanks for the question.
Yeah, good question.
Hopefully you're still here to hear that.
Yep. That's
this
it.
Week's releases.
Yeah, this week's releases. So let me grab those upcoming games. I've decided I was really wasting my time like writing them out whenever I could just go to the page and see all of them, starting from the 6th to the 13th, basically. And we will pick which ones seem big. I mean, just because it's VR, I guess I'll let y'all know. Kill It With Fire VR is coming to PS5 VR on November 7th.
I don't care about it.
All right. Sounds good.
I don't even have a PlayStation VR. Like,
how are we going to talk about that, but we're not going to talk about Vampire the Masquerade Justice, which is...
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Did we talk about it last week?
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
no, we talked about it being released.
That shit is supposedly really good. I fucking can't wait to play it. Everybody's saying it's the new Saints and Sinners or whatever. Fucking.
What about the Assassin's Creed shit, dude?
It's not out yet.
Whatever, dude. I'm just gonna get mad. It's not.
I thought it dropped with the Oculus.
Nah.
Y'all just ain't playing it because you don't care.
They actually don't have any killer apps launching with the Oculus because Asgard's Wrath 2 is the game you're supposed to get with the Oculus, and it doesn't even come out for like a few fucking like weeks or something
what
like
the
that.
Fuck?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Devil.
Huh?
It looks like it'd be a response. Sorry, our chat is like so far away from us. We haven't figured out a good way to get our chat to be close to us yet. Who is it?
I'm sorry. I read that completely. It's Cute Lemons. I'm a fucking idiot.
How dare you?
Well, I read it all as like one word. And I was like Cutelemons. Like,
Cutelemons. I like that though. It sounds like a Pokemon.
Right. No, Cute Lemons said great answers. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cutelemon. But
upon further inspection.
Yeah, and then we got RoboQuest coming to PC and Xbox Series S and X on November 7th. I swear this game was coming to Game Pass, but they didn't mention it on that list earlier, so I don't know. And then let's see what else. Anything else interesting? No.
That's it.
No.
I didn't really hear of anything.
No. I'm going to keep saying, well, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Campaign.
Yeah, it's coming November 10th.
The full release is
Yeah, the
10?
full release,
Oh,
November
okay.
10th, coming to Series S and X, PC, and PlayStation 5.
So that'll be Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how the zombie reviews are on that.
Yep. The day before was supposed to come out on the same day, but that did not happen. And then Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered is coming out on everything on November 13th. I'm actually excited for that. I love old games like that, especially with it being remastered. It looks pretty good.
Appreciate you not being harsh on me, Cute Lemons. They're like, it's all good. Everybody does that. Yeah, I feel a little not as bad.
They mistake you for a Pokemon. But so Brent, take us to that's it for this week's releases, by the way. We're going into Chat GP trivia.
All right,
where
guys.
Brent's going to use Chat GPT to give us trivia questions.
All right, ChatGPT
this will be a fun
has
one.
created some trivia questions. These are Xbox related, original Xbox related.
Oh,
Okay?
you got the Xbox right here, baby.
But I'm losing this one.
All right, here you go.
All right.
Which processor was used in the original Xbox, known for its powerful performance at the time?
Oh, fuck, I don't
What
know.
is this
there
multiple choice?
Hell no.
God damn, I don't know.
I mean, I know it was
We're going straight out the gate. If you can even get like,
AMD.
I know it's AMD, but like
No.
it's Intel? Wow. That's different.
At least according to ChatGPT, like I said.
Because I know back then they were trying to
Hold on.
yeah, they were trying to create they were trying to make a console that was built like a PC, basically. Like they were trying to put a PC in your living room.
I know that this processor was used in PCs and shit. Like at least the line of processors was like common in the Windows XP.
What's like the first letter of the name of it? Because I know it's like a tiger or something. It's some dumb shit like
Intel, and then it starts with a P.
Intel. Is it some dumb word?
Kinda, I
Some
guess.
dumb word.
like a word that you wouldn't associate with like a GPU.
Can I just tell you?
Yeah, dude, I have no idea.
It's the Intel Pentium 3 processor.
Yeah, see,
Okay. I thought it was gonna be like something like fucking like dedicated. You know what I'm talking about?
dedicated graphic.
Yeah, where they're just like it's the fucking tiger breath.
You should
like,
fact check that though, because I don't ever trust ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you fact check that while I give the next question. Let's see.
I'm still going with the Intel tiger breath, dude.
All right, question number 2. What was the Xbox's primary controller called?
The Duke.
There you go. All right.
It was. That's right on the processor.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
definitely the slang term. I'll give it to you there. You know what I mean? It's an acceptable answer.
Is that not the answer?
Okay, here's what the answer that ChatGPT gives is. It says, the primary controller for the original Xbox was known as the, quote, Xbox controller.
It's the Duke.
Which later became the Duke due to its large size. So, yes, there you go.
That's so stupid.
All right, question number 3. Which racing game made its debut on the original Xbox
Project Gotham Racing.
and was known for its realistic simulation of car physics?
What
And
Project-
it's
can
not
I?
Project Gotham
Wait.
Racing.
And it debuted on Xbox?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay. If it's
Forza.
not Project Gotham Racing,
Forza.
It is Forza.
how?
Yeah, suck
it
it.
did not.
Suck it.
That is not true.
Do they not have a Forza on the original Xbox?
No. Hold on.
Look up when Forza Motorsport came out.
Forza original.
Just Forza Motorsport.
Maybe
No.
they did. Yeah, Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
But Project Gotham Racing was made by the same team that made Forza Motorsport.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, no. Forza Motorsport was released on May 3rd, 2005. It was the only title in the series to be released on the original Xbox.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Because it's made by the same people, right?
Yeah.
Jamel, just,
I mean,
just accept
technically,
that you got the answer wrong, okay? And I finally got one on Xbox.
You know what?
So.
I'm very upset about this because it didn't. It was at the first place it appeared. Like
yeah.
Forza?
Yeah.
it was like originally just on Xbox.
Yeah, it's been an Xbox thing since it came out.
Go ahead.
Okay. Question number 4. What unique feature did the original Xbox have for supporting multiplayer gaming with friends in the same room? Oh, that's a dumb question.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Ethernet capabilities?
Yeah, it was
Or
just like
LAN cable.
It's way dumber than that. Just think about it for a
Just
second.
4 ports on the front.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
oh, like the actual controllers.
port, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious because
Well, 'cause
children today probably wouldn't know that because there's not fucking controller ports on the fucking controllers. On the
There's
consoles
USB
anymore.
ports.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, there's like one USB port on the front of your
Oh,
console,
and that's all
it's
wireless.
not really like you
Yeah.
know.
Well, and also if you think about it, the PlayStation 2 was like the side by side, competition, and only had 2 plugs on the front.
It sounds like such a dumb question to us, but like to modern, younger
Kids
audiences,
are like,
it's
what
probably
are controller ports?
yeah.
I hold the button till it flashes. What do you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 5. Let's see. Which popular first-person shooter franchise?
Halo.
You guys are jumping the gun on
No, I'm
these.
sorry.
I'm gonna start giving you automatic wrong answers if
Oh
you're wrong
shit,
whenever
man.
you're.
He's like
All
a
right.
teacher.
I'm
Question.
sorry.
I feel like it.
I'm sorry.
He's not. He's not mad.
It's
He's
just 'cause
disappointed.
It's just because it's Xbox. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna
I
know
won't
this.
jump the-
You're
okay.
gonna know this as soon as you hear the full question. Okay.
All right.
Which popular first-person shooter franchise started on the original Xbox and is this can't be right because I think it started on PC. Started on the original Xbox and is known for its World War II setting.
Call of Duty.
Yes, but that can't be right because I think Call of Duty Frontline came out on PC first, right?
No, that's Medal of Honor Frontline.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Call of Duty
Call
did
of Duty
start on
on
PC.
Xbox, huh?
No, it was PC first.
It was Windows.
It was Windows, and then it came to Xbox.
Was it the
So-
same game though that launched
Yeah.
on both? Because I know that like Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, Medal of Honor Frontline and like the Medal of Honor that came to consoles eventually was like a totally different like experience.
Yeah,
You know what I
because the one on PC, like Medal of Honor Frontline, was kind of like a remake of the first Medal of Honor that came out on PC. It was like Pacific something, and like the one that came to PlayStation 1, and like it came to PlayStation 1. It was called like Finest Hour or something. Yeah.
So did the Call of Duty and PC, the Xbox and PC one drop on the same day, or was it like
Maybe that's it. Maybe they both came out the same day, but I thought one came out before.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It says so when I said when or where did the first Call of Duty launch, and it says Call of Duty is a 2003 first person.
Oh, if it was 2003, it probably did come to Xbox first.
Released
Or,
on
like,
October
same day.
29th for Microsoft Windows. So it didn't
But
say.
when did Call of Duty come to Xbox?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it should show the release date for console or for each platform. But remember whenever we used to, I used to think that an Ethernet cable was called a Game Link cable. Like, I didn't know.
Probably from Game Boy.
No, like, or not Game Link. We called them, what did we call them? Like, when it'd be like, dude, did you bring your whatever cable? Like, whenever we would go to the church lock-ins and stuff and we would connect our
I can't even
Xboxes.
remember, but
We didn't call them
a
Ethernet.
landline or something.
No, it was like no, we didn't even call them LANs or like LAN connections or anything. We didn't know that shit back then. We just called them like, it was like game connector or something like that. It was something stupid like that. And I really wish I could remember what we called them. But it was so funny. Like thinking the whole time it was just Ethernet cables. But like we were just like, oh, dude, you brought your Game Link cable?
Man. All right, I got one more question for you guys.
Okay.
What was the maximum capacity of the original Xbox's hard drive when it was officially released as an accessory?
Oh my goodness, it's hard. I didn't even know they released a hard drive for the
Yeah.
original Xbox. I thought it was just like whatever was built in the memory cards.
They had memory cards, and then they had like a whole like hard
They had
drive.
a whole hard drive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say is it even in the gigabit or gigabyte
It is.
range?
Yeah,
It is.
it was probably a pretty big hard drive for the time, actually.
I'm gonna say 1 gigabyte.
It's way bigger.
Way bigger?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
We're not in the double digits, but like it's pretty fucking big
So,
for the time.
That answer on the Call of Duty. So no, it did not come to. Well, yes, no.
It did come to Xbox, but it wasn't.
I can't find it. I can't find when.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, I can't find a specification as to when. I tried several different prompts.
Ah, well. We can just
Honestly, I don't even know.
I say we just chalk that one up to maybe wrong on ChatGPT, but maybe not.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the hard drive goes,
Hold on. Don't tell me.
Okay,
You
hold
said
on.
it's not double digits?
it's not double digits in the gigabyte. space.
I'm
So,
gonna say
between 1 and 10 somewhere.
5. It just seems like the most
It
likely.
was 8 gigabytes, bro.
Dude, that's too many gigs.
That's what I'm saying. For an
Yes.
era where you're not even downloading full games or anything, like, what could you possibly do with that much fucking, like, storage
Well, people
space?
were putting their like music on their
You're right. That's what
consoles
it was.
and
Yeah, yeah.
DVDs and stuff like that.
I remember because I had shitloads of music, and like dude, that was so revolutionary being able to like pull up your music in Grand Theft Auto or something and just like listen to your own music in the game. Like,
Dude, tell me about it. I was playing State of Emergency, listening to like Switchfoot and
I remember, yeah, you
like-
always had the jams going. Remember?
gotta regret right now. I'm feeling this like
headstrong, I'll take you off.
like literally, you're just like walking through a mall shooting everybody, just like playing Christian Switchfoot music. Like, oh man, the times were very different back then. But yeah, dude, that's one game that could not be made today. Is State of Emergency.
Yeah, no.
They couldn't do a reboot. They couldn't remake it. There's just nothing you could do with that game. It's too politically fucked.
So one more question from Q Lemons. They asked, "Is there any game fan base that just makes our blood boil?"
Ooh.
Fucking Xbox. No.
I was about to say Sony. No, I'm just kidding. No, I honestly, a specific game.
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think. Dude.
Yes, fucking Rainbow Six Siege. Fuck all of y'all, dude. That is one of the worst.
Just toxic.
That is one of the worst gaming communities. I used to love that community, and they went to shit.
Oh, you know what? Population 1, bro. That used to be the best fucking VR gaming community of all time, and now it's just a big cesspool of trash. Ever since they went free to play, it's just attracted the most horrible individuals with a VR headset. Like, it really has. Like, I don't know what it is, man, but as soon as you're in VR, people just want to act like a fucking asshole, dude. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, something about the VR just makes you into a dick. Like,
I don't have a specific game, but basically any gamers that comment on IGN articles, like like anybody who's commenting on the IGN articles has problems. Like typically like some kind of like you know, I don't know if it's like at home they have some issues or like they're just like insecure or something.
Take out some anger.
It's like there's like honestly, if you brought on like a professional psychologist and had them read through the comments on IGN articles, they might find like they'd be able to diagnose a lot of people with things. You know.
oh my gosh, I got another one here. I think. Fucking Dark Souls fans, man. Like, as much as I like the Dark Souls games, bro, like, there are so many Dark Souls fans that just think so highly of themselves because they're like, they're like, I've beaten this semi-difficult game, you know?
IQ way above y'all.
You can't even roll and slash.
It's like, dude, I just started the game. I've never played it before.
Oh, better learn some attack patterns.
Yeah, it's like, wow, dude. It's like, I can't believe you've never played this game before. You suck.
Oh, Elden Ring is fun, but it's a little too easy for my taste.
That's my favorite thing. It's like when people are like, dude, Elden Ring, too easy. I'm like,
go fuck yourself,
like,
dude. Like,
it's like, show me your save, like, where you've beaten Melania. Like, I want to see where you actually beat it. I mean, I can't show you that, actually. You know,
it's
like,
the same ones that are bitching, like, oh, Melania is so impossible to beat. It's like, she's not even that hard, dude. You know, it's like, she's not that much harder than any of the other bosses in the game.
No.
It's just like fucking...
I truly 100% believe that, like, only probably 30% of the people who played Elden Ring beat it. Like,
Bro, yeah.